Hi, everybody. Welcome to ZealZaddy. It has been 2 torturous weeks of not playing, and everybody is super excited to be starting again. This is Season 2, Episode 16, titled The Silent Library. So it's probably going to be a session of mostly reading and lore dump, like that kind of stuff. That's probably what it's going to be. It'll be a question of what books do they choose to read, and they'll sit around and read them, and from them they'll gain knowledge that will make them better characters and people in the world. At least that's what Hipley would like to think would happen in a silent library. So without further ado, follow us everywhere at /ZealZaddy and go to our new website at ZealZaddy.com. From there, I'll probably shut down my link tree because I won't need it now that I have the website itself. We have full recaps of all the sessions there, up to, but not including this one, because I wouldn't want anyone to read in advance the things that are planned. And if you're interested in playing in a D&D puppet game, I'm planning on doing another one of those soon. It's been about 2 months, so that's coming up. Let us bring everybody on. Yay, we're all here. Everything's working. They're all in the right spots. Let me make sure of that, because every now and then I miss one. Yes, they're in the right spots. Everything's going too good. I gotta knock on wood, make sure that it stays that way.
Yes.
All right, let's get introductions, get everybody moving, because we have a lot to go through tonight, because there's so much book reading. Let's start with Natalie.
Yes, hello. I am Natalie. You can find me on all the socials with Ghost Candle, and I am playing our group's darling half tiefling, half elf Thesis, who is a Circle of the Stars druid. There's those words. With a connection that is not quite fathomed by her yet. If you want to follow me anywhere else, you can support me on ko-fi.com Ghost Candle.
Let's go to, where was that? That was down there. Let's go to Tiffany.
Hi, I'm Tiffany. I play Cerridwen Sagewynd. She goes by Dwin. I'm the bard of the party. And she is an anthropologist / historian who got sort of embroiled in trying to discover the mysteries of Elixia. And then after that, she found out that her long-lost son was in danger. And so now she's trying to find Taliesin and whatever he's doing. I also run my own campaign called Dungeon Damsels, and we did a Hanukkah shot recently. My mini horror campaign is coming out. I've actually been on hiatus because in real life I've been moving, and that's really hard to do while you're moving. So hopefully we'll be able to come back pretty soon, and I'm excited to play because this group's really great.
Let's go to Morgan, who just went to take a drink the moment I said it, of course.
What's up, everybody? I am Morgan. I'm with Mindflay Mondays. If you're looking for a group of Dungeon Masters, somebody to run a game for you, we have that for you. We are also having content on the DMs Guild. So if you're looking for a cool sub-race that has a 2-headed Dragonborn, check it out. Several different subclasses that are really awesome. We have t-shirts on Amazon. And, of course, we have a podcast that we run. We have not done the episodes since our winter special because everybody has been on different schedules due to the holidays. But hopefully we're going to have some new episodes drop coming, I believe, this Monday, if I'm able to get everything put together for it. So be on the lookout for our new episodes. I play Vesryn Magic. He is the party's elf and noble. So I'm excited, like everybody else, to be back with this amazing, talented group of people. So
Let's go to Blake.
Hello, I'm Blake, playing Hipley Ambwater, the party's personal librarian. You know, the most important part of the party, but you'll see. But yeah, so I guess you can find me at Twitter. I mean, Blake C. Francis. I don't really post much, but I mean, you can follow me on there if you want to. But yeah, I'm super excited for this episode. A little nervous, but yeah, we'll see what's gonna happen.
All right, and Jazz.
What's up? I'm Jazz. I use they, them pronouns. I also use she, her pronouns, but today I'm really rocking the they. You can find me everywhere at Cinder Scoria. Anywhere you see Cinder Scoria, it's probably going to be me. I don't do much besides write music, write books, draw sometimes. You can see some of my stuff on Twitter is where I'm most active. I also am part of a podcast called Blurred Grounds, where Black nerds talk about Black nerd stuff. And you can catch us everywhere you find podcasts. I play Jada, our Warforged sorcerer / fighter. They are also non-binary and use they, them pronouns. And I'm excited to be back with everybody. Hi.
Super excited. So I think what we'll do for the recap, since it's been 2 weeks, I'll do it real quick so we can get right into play and not make everybody sweat through everything. But you can remind me if I miss anything, because I'm likely to miss something. So,
Thank you. I was getting nervous.
So in last week's game, I'm going to go to the website where the recap is. It'll help me recap it a little better. Give me 1 second while I go there. Okay. I'm going to make this website super useful, mostly for me. That's where it'll be the most benefit. All right. So in season 2, all the way to the end. All right, so, oh God, a lot happened last week. So, oh no, I skipped too far, that's all. Nope, that was the one. All right. So, in the episode, Char had your blood, and you remember that she was using sympathetic magic on you, and you had found a little Wiccan kind of figurine of all of you in the woods near where you were trying to escape. And it was discovered at some point that the birds were actually a tool of hers for collecting your blood as you traveled through the Munge, which was the sharp grass area between the two forests. But then they also ended up attacking you, and they were and they're just little birds. I mean, how much damage could they possibly do? But you would find them on your backs while others were attacking you. One or two were trying to draw blood from your neck or back, which was of course totally disgusting and awesome at the same time. You were carrying a baby who was just needed a lot of attention, especially anytime anybody started to nod off or get tired. So nobody really got any rest, which was really wonderful from a DM's perspective to limit your rest, but from a player perspective, just terrible. You got into town eventually, and you brought the baby to the temple to Unanun, which is the god of order, and basically paid them to babysit it while you were able to give you time to go to Delius. Then there was a question of what to do in Delius. How do you get to Delius? And you found from talking to Madame Bardusa that she had a way of getting you there. And it would not take any kind of a long trip. It would happen instantly. So you prepped. You got a brass base for the orb that Cerridwen is carrying around. Let's see, what else happened there? And you went through the door in the mirror. Actually, you used the door in the mirror as to unlock the door to the room that then was a portal. So the key that she has seemed to turn that regular door into a magical door if you use the key in the mirror reflection of the door, which is a really good way of hiding your portals, making it hard to know where they are, I suppose. Cerridwen had a vision. I'll let her tell you about the vision. Do you remember that? You're on mute.
I remember a lot. I'll just say what I remember, and then you can cover parts that I miss.
Okay.
So she used the crystal ball that we got the brass holder thing for base. There we go.
Yep.
And she used it to scry on Taliesin, and she saw Taliesin next to his friend, and they were both underneath this tree sleeping. And then the tree basically, like, kind of consumed his friend, and he was then dead. And Taliesin wakes up and is very scared because his friend is dead. So Cerridwen then could use the crystal ball to send him a message, and she was kind of freaking out over what to say to him because she doesn't know how he's going to react to his long-lost mother reaching out to him suddenly. And so she just said, I saw what happened to your friend. I want to help. Can you miss and why I am very tall?
If not, where are you? I'm very tall. Yes.
I'm very tall. Like, and then, I mean, she was just thinking, like, well, how can you recognize me? I mean, I'm pretty tall, and that was what that
Yeah.
from.
And then you did your shopping excursion, traveled via Mama Bardus's mirror, and Hipley had a moment of, I don't know, what would you call it, Hipley?
Hipley doesn't know what to call it either, but he, yeah, he met someone he believes has been in communication for a while now. Who finally decided to. I think this is the first time actually seeing this, whoever this person was. And he remembers there's something about wanting me to gain knowledge or to search for, if I remember correctly.
There are words worth dying for. You'll be finding the first ones on your venture. Your friends and you are the only ones to trust with them.
Yep. So he's still trying to absorb that. Well, yeah. So, yeah.
And as you walk through the door at Madame Bardus's, you were weirdly in Madame Bardus's, in the same place with the same person. And she walked you to the front door. She exited you out, and the outside of it was completely different. It was not. It seemed like it's in a different place. And as Vesryn turned to start asking questions about it, the door closed behind, and you were standing out in Delius. You're up on a little hill.
Yeah, I think Vesryn was asking questions about maybe trying to set one of these up in.
Yeah,
Elixia.
and the door just closed.
Oh, okay. Hivli, does this look familiar to you?
Yes, it does. But before we go, I think I said last time, but make sure so everyone keep their hands to themselves. And in Cerridwen, no mask in the building either, though. So that has to go. I'm sorry, none of that can go in there. So can you please remove that before we enter?
How do I feel about what he's saying to me?
It's really odd that he would get so specific on a thing like, what's the big deal about a mask? But
It's just, it's very rude to have those masks in there. It's kind of rude, especially to Hannah. This is her establishment, so I do just want to make sure that everyone is, dressed accordingly to how she would like it. So nothing against you, nothing personal, just.
Okay.
I've heard establishments like that. Some people just don't appreciate not knowing who is coming in. That puts them at unease, unsettling.
it's often the same with hats. Maybe there's a case, or maybe it's true.
I would say Hipley can make a persuasion check against me.
All right, I'll let him do it.
Okay.
Can he have advantage? Can he have advantage since I'm assisting him?
Yeah,
Sure.
since
Why
Vesryn
not?
said something.
Let's see if you can get that
Unfortunately,
mask
I
off.
don't think of how to handle that.
Okay.
Would you get a 6? And
No,
an
no,
8?
not 6. So what's the persuasion? No. So it's going to be a 16 total. Not that great.
Was it an advantage?
Yeah, advantage. 2 11s.
Oh,
Tragic.
double 11.
And
What'd you get?
How are you doing there, Cerridwen?
roll a d20 and see. I'll do a contested roll. Oh, I mean, yeah, you've convinced her. I rolled like a 5. So it's like, okay. All right. So she's like, well, okay, and then she'll try to pull it off.
And you pull it right off.
Boop.
Make me a willpower check.
Wisdom save.
No, I mean a wisdom save. I mean, God, willpower.
I'm the same
Willpower.
way.
Okay, that comes from when I made my own system like a long time ago, and I used willpower as one of the stats. And oh my God, it sticks in my damn head. So go on, wisdom
I got
save.
a 13.
13. You can take it all the way off. You can pull it, release it, and
Thank you. And
breathe
like I
again
said,
weirdly.
you can put it back on later, but thank you. Just thank you. Definitely appreciate that. So, and now you can come inside too. So it works out for the
Well,
best.
you're a couple hours from the actual house. You
I'm
live
like, is it
way
nearby?
outside of town.
Yeah, but I want to make sure that we're ready before that. That's what it's making sure going through the ground rules. So, if anyone has any questions, just feel free to ask. But like I said, main rules are no touching. Everyone just kind of it's nice and polite, and no weapons out, because that's we don't want to damage in the books. So
Just out of curiosity, do any of you have a must touch things, kleptomania or anything like this? I don't have that problem, but I don't know if any of you do.
I didn't think about that till now either.
But some people are just more like, what's it called, tactile, where they just want to touch things. So when you say touch things, do you mean like I shouldn't give her a handshake, or should I just not touch the things?
No, you can't. Just don't touch any of the books, like anything, pretty much anything aside. You can definitely a handshake. That's fine. Just don't touch any of the books. Just you can look at them, but just please don't touch them. Just
Are you supposed to read them?
well, if you want to read them, we do have gloves you can put on too, just to make sure. Some of the books are really old, so if you touch them, the oils in your hand can maybe damage them. So we just want to make sure that they stay in pristine condition. That's all.
What oils?
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
I mean,
Okay,
that's a good
everyone,
point.
they don't have to, but everyone else needs to wear gloves. But
Nice. So you know about Dealers. It's a fairly big town. To the rest of the party, it feels about the size of Phelan. So the biggest town in Elixia is a medium-ish town in Arendelle. You're now on Arendelle proper, by the way. You're no longer on an island. But the town is coastal, so it does have a port.
Well, I think Hipley knows.
is everyone ready to go?
And it's hilly. It's a lot of rolling hills. Not tall, mountainy ones or rough ones or anything, but it's kind of rolling hills through the town.
I think we are ready to go. Yes, everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Start moving in that direction.
Lead the way, Master Hipley.
And so I lead the way. So I start walking towards the direction.
And as you're walking
Hopefully
through
the
the
right
town,
direction.
as you're walking through the town, you recognize all the different little buildings between here and there, and you can you had never really noticed this establishment. It was kind of up on a hill and around a corner where you'd never gone, but you turn one corner and you're like right down the main road that runs through it, called the Avenue of Broken Dreams. It's a sort of the only really big road in the town, and it runs all the way through the town and continues along the coast. As you're going, it's starting to get.
Is there like a sign? Is there a sign that says the Avenue of Broken Dreams?
There is a sign. It's on the ground though. It's not up on the. It's not high. It's on a stone on the ground.
I feel I would have asked Hipley, what's the history of that name? That's quite a name.
Riddled with adult violence.
Yeah. So does Hipley? So Hipley, I guess I would know. So what is the?
You do. This town was once a bustling city, much bigger than it is now. And in one of the early wars, it was leveled. And it was leveled while everyone slept.
So
And-
it got its name. Eventually, pretty much the whole place maybe got destroyed when it was sleeping. So it's not the best dreams.
I get it.
But it's better now. I mean, it's you can see it's not. It's
Yeah.
Everybody knows that about the town. It's not.
Don't know how it happened.
Yes. I mean, how does the whole town get wiped out and nobody wake up? What?
While Arendelle was in a war with Issia, and they invaded here for the port. And for a while, it was actually part of Issia, but that was a long time ago.
Well, Hipley, by the way, you know this area pretty well, yes?
Yes, I would say so.
Have you seen any kind of really old circles of stones with like symbols? And I'll pull out some of the diagrams of the different places that we found, like the stone circles, both on Elixia and that one under the ground, and show them to Hipley.
Where do you have those, by the way?
They would probably
those
been
diagrams.
with my. They would have been with my books and
The
stuff like
scroll
that. All my
case?
spell. Yeah, and the scroll case, stuff like that. So.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I do know the place pretty well, but I do mostly spend time in books and things of that nature, so I'm not really looking at things like that. So I do apologize. I mean, I've maybe seen something like that in a book, but never haven't really noticed anything around here. So I do apologize.
No need to apologize. I was just curious because I thought they were strictly on an island, but recently we found another one in another location, quite far away from home.
Do they do anything in particular?
Well, they allow you to instantly move from one location to another.
Oh, well, that seems to be pretty handy.
Like you just did.
But usually there's a cost. The ones on our island required us to hunt an animal or a creature or a being, kill them and offer them as a sacrifice.
Ooh.
And the one underground in the cold waste required the sacrifice of a life.
Hippie puts a hand on your shoulder. I'm going to stick to being transported with books, so a little less bloodletting for that. So
I was just curious.
I will stick with my books and transport them mentally.
I'm just curious as to how far these things are around the world. That's all. Not planning on using it.
I was going to say, did you guys have to use it? I mean, did you?
Yes, we had to use them, unfortunately.
Hopefully, an animal. Or
well, the ones on the island were animals. We hunted the creatures and we, offered them up as tribute as part of the spell. The one in the cave, well, it was.
That was a rock in a hard place.
It was.
I started punching the rock.
We were forced to make a choice to give up somebody before we knew what the consequences were. And once we started the spell, it would not end until we made a decision. But it was the only way that we could get everybody else out into safety. We were all going to die otherwise. It was very cold there.
That's a terrible situation. But I mean, you guys do what you had to do, though, at least. So it all worked out at least. But
worked out is one way to put it.
Yeah.
And now I'm in your guys' company. What does that say? But
Nobody died that we knew. If that's any consolation.
she's just gonna stop pestering.
I'm trying to make myself feel better, Twin.
All right.
And she whispers to you, maybe we shouldn't mention that we use blood magic. Don't talk about that bit.
As you're walking, you have like a couple of hours of time to get there. The shadows start to get longer in the day, as you reach later and later into the afternoon, and you get to the big curve in the road that is the last big curve before you arrive, and you hear the birds, their last calls before dusk. And you get, can I get a perception check from everyone? Simple thing.
Ooh, okay.
Oh no.
Okay. That's not bad.
17.
19.
9.
9.
9.
23 total.
Cerridwen.
I got a 12.
Okay. Natalie, you're kind of walking, and you can see through some of the trees, the sky as it starts to darken. And you're looking around as you're walking, and you see the house in the distance. It's a little home at this point. It's small on the end of the road, but you get the feeling you're being watched. Just a sensation. You're not sure exactly what it is. It could just be nerves.
Well, I feel a little odd.
Verbal are you being about this? Because
I was
Dwayne's
gonna-
being
yeah.
distracted. She's like, wow. Ooh.
A force
huh.
you've never seen.
Yeah. I do speak up. I'm like, do you guys feel like anyone like is kind of watching us, or I do like begin trying to scan a little bit.
I always feel that way.
Do any of us? Anybody else feel it?
Because I got
I
a
got it.
19.
And I got a
Nope.
17, so I'm sure.
Nope. Okay.
Nope.
No, everything. No.
No,
I mean,
I'm not
how-
sensing anything.
Who looks around just?
How
No.
conspicuous are we as a group?
I mean,
Like,
Very.
depends on
Literal
how
robot.
colorful, like,
Firbolg,
Genesis
Tiefling,
are.
Warforged, yeah.
A very fancy dressed elf.
Really tall lady. Well,
Um,
I mean, we don't exactly.
I was
we're
going
not
to say,
exactly
you guys.
subtle.
I mean, you're not that you guys look wrong or anything. You're just, if we're just a little, just different, in a good way. A very good way. So that could be why we're getting the looks. Is there anyone in particular that's giving us in? Do you notice him when looking at us, or is there?
Do we see other people?
You don't see anybody else.
I don't sense anything, but I've learned to trust my gut. If you feel like somebody's watching us, there's a good chance that somebody is. I mean, Dwayne, you know as well as I do that people tend to look at us.
Yeah, I'm hard to miss.
You're all
Put
hard
one
to miss.
hand on my rope dart
Yeah.
just to.
I mean,
I'll use my racial of detect magic
Okay.
and just look around to see if there's anything magical looking at us. I don't know.
No, there's not.
Well, I don't see anything magical looking at us. So,
this doesn't bode well, though.
does it mean
They could
something
just
on
be
it?
very good at hiding.
Well, I
You
guess
said
we'll
it'd
see.
take a couple of hours to get there, right?
Well, you've been
Yes.
traveling for a couple of hours already. Now you're at
Are
the
we-
point where.
Have we left town, or are we still?
Oh no, you left town. You
Okay,
did
so
the 2-hour trek between town.
All right. So, are we on the road, like in the wilderness, or?
Yeah, you're at the last big curve before her house, and you can see in the distance a little house, and Hipley tells you that's the house. It told you that was the house.
Well, perhaps we should go there and just see if anybody follows
Yes, but
us.
I don't want to lead anything untowards. I don't want to.
Well,
But I mean, there's another option.
I mean, if you want, we could walk off somewhere else for a little bit and see if it continues to follow us. Or, I mean,
Is there like
But-
a?
What I know, like a back way, maybe maybe just just go around, But I know it's like another maybe way to get to it from like another, it's like a
It's
little
in
kind
the-
of back roadish kind of thing, or
It's in the middle of the woods. You could go all the way around the house and come in from any direction.
yes. Let's take a scenic route, just just to be on the safe side.
I like woods.
Yes, and these are pretty nice. I mean, as woods go, not too bad. At least there's no
It's not as bad
no
as the
birds are
last
gonna
one.
peck. You're gonna take our blood and peg us to death. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Yeah, as
we
long as we
would-
don't have that.
would step up. If you ask me.
Although I wouldn't mind having that Treant fellow, though. He seemed pretty interesting. Wouldn't mind having him around, but yeah. All right, well, so yeah, let's take the long way around. And Thesis, if you want to maybe kind of walk with me, since you're the one who kind of had that feeling, just to see if you can, I don't know, I guess feel it again, sense it again.
Yeah, I'll keep a lookout. And I won't say what I intend out loud, but I'm also going to keep a lookout for any signs of like movement in terms of like footprints or
Okay.
anything that may show something came up since Hipley's departure because of everything we've heard from
Yeah.
the book, about the book being taken, and about the hag.
Yeah, you can't tell anything on the road because, it's a road. People travel to and from it all the time. Although, yeah, go on.
I'm going to summon Soul.
Okay.
You see me snap my fingers, and Soul will appear on Dwyn's shoulder.
Have they all seen Soul?
What the heck? What does appear where? Hipley has not seen, doesn't know what is that? What does it look like?
It looks like a small fiery bird. It looks like a little phoenix.
That's so delightful.
That doesn't hurt.
No,
Does it hurt?
It's a bit warm, but no, she doesn't hurt.
And she nuzzles up against Dwyn.
Oh.
My friend here thinks that perhaps we have some people or somebody watching us. Could you perhaps do a fly around and just see if you see anything from above?
Okay.
And then I will ask Dwyn if I can hold on to her arm as we're walking so I can look through Soul's eyes.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
So you're going to continue walking while Soul's flying. Right.
Yeah, I'm holding on to Dwyn so she can be my guide.
Hipley just thinks you're walking together. He's like, "Aw."
D says, make me an Arcana check.
Okay.
Hipley's just sweating right now. He's just kind of
nice.
nervous, so he's just sweating profusely right now.
Arcana. That will be a 19 total.
Okay. So it's late enough that you're starting to see the stars now. And you've become pretty observant of the stars and where they are and what they're doing and all that. And you notice that there's 2 stars that are next to each other that are not normally right that close. And they're both kind of orange. And you know that that's kind of an omen when stars get close and become orange.
Happened before.
Yeah, it has.
I
What-
thought
what
so.
is
I
it?
was like,
What do
this
you-
sounds familiar.
Do
What are you
you
looking at?
are you all familiar with star divination and the meanings and omens of them?
I read about it one time, but not very, no.
Well, see that pair up there, the 2 orange ones. They're
That's an
little.
omen.
Yeah.
I remember that. Oh, yeah.
That has to be surprising for Jesus to hear.
Is this a good omen? This is good, right? It means something.
No, it usually means something bad. Last time something bad happened, I don't remember. I think she would remember, but I don't remember. What happened.
It was not good.
Yeah, I was like, I remember this happening.
But that was the one you remember was on a night of 4 different celestial events happening, and each one compounded the rest. And that's the night that the ship went down in the dreams and the monster from the forest. I mean, like, crazy stuff was happening. Like, that night was insane. Those days. It wasn't one day. But one omen is just generally a bad thing, but not as rich in terror as 4.
Would I be able to see anything with Soul? Is there anything that she might be able to
Okay,
know
so
something?
you have Soul flying around the area.
I'm going to have her fly around us and then fly over the house afterwards if she doesn't see anything around us, just to do fly by the house to make sure it's safe.
Yeah, you don't see anything between here and the house.
Okay. No roll
So-
needed?
No roll needed.
Okay. And then I'll have her come back and land on my shoulder.
There you go. It's all clear.
Me and Soul did not see anything.
Oh, okay, yeah, I would think, yeah, all right. She would know this. She knows a druid. That's not Desis. She knows another druid. Okay. Desis, can you turn into an animal?
Sure I can.
Maybe we can smell out whatever this is.
All right, I can definitely do that. I think I know of an animal mind, and I'm gonna expend my wild shape as I turn into kind of an old, shaggy, kind of gray furred sea dog that she would be
Nice.
familiar with from her home.
Yeah,
So
nice.
kind of like an Irish hound, but like really
Yeah.
scraggly fur.
Scraggly.
Yeah.
I Irish wolfhounds are like that.
Yeah.
The important thing is the big nose, the
Yes.
long snout for drawing in scent. And what does everyone else do when Desus transforms? Like, are you gonna stay here? Is she gonna go out on her own?
I think we should stay together.
I-
We'll have her lead the way, and does anyone else have night vision or?
Well, I can see in the dark.
Okay, I'll expend an enhance ability, so you can see in the. So that's that, and you'll get the Owl's wisdom. There we go. So you get advantage on wisdom checks, and you can see in the dark. So it makes sense to me.
And who do you give that to?
Vesryn, because he can see in the dark.
Nice. Oh, cool.
Very useful.
Okay.
Wow.
So I guess, what are you doing then,
Pulls out her little
Shaggy Dog?
Yeah, so with my tail wagging, I bring my snout right to the ground and start quickly moving forward. Seeing if I pick up any senses. I assume I probably do pick up quite a bit of new ones to me.
Yes. For sure. So what direction are you going? Are you going right up to the house? You going around it? Like, what are you doing as far as...
Yeah, so I imagined that we took a longer way to kind of make a perimeter initially that Hipley wanted. So now I'm going to tighten it up, get closer to the house, maybe just
Okay.
do
check
like
the
a
ground,
swirling-
circle, especially around any
Perfect.
windows or doors.
Okay, so you do get around the house, and at the back of the house, you see that there are windows that are these really big, tall windows. And Hipley, you know that those are the windows around the library itself. That's the biggest room in the house. But as you're traveling, you catch the scent of something odoriferous and like rotting.
I kind of make little warning calls.
What do you smell? Sorry, I couldn't resist. Okay, something bad. Something bad. Is it like a bear? Is it an animal?
Is it coming from the house?
It's somewhere between the house and where you are. It's not, you don't think it's in the house. But there's some distance between you and the house too, so. You can
Try
track it.
and-
You know you can track it.
Yeah.
Okay, take us to it, whatever it is. Pull out my sword.
Yes.
Unhook my rope dart.
I go track the scent.
And you're tracking along. And Hipley, you notice that the dog is heading to your burn pit, which is where you would go to get rid of your trash. Where you burn your trash periodically.
Hipley's he's really at this point freaked out, so he's kind of just sweating and not even like he's there, but mentally he's just like going through everything that could possibly be wrong. So he's like he's there, but he's not. Like he's just like full on, just almost just panicking at this point because nothing. Yeah, so he's there, but he's freaked at this point.
So you get to the burn pit, Shaggy Dog, and you're smelling around it, and Hipley, can you make me you don't need a roll, you know. You see a bunch of spikes sticking out of the trees, like almost like nails, but they're not really nails. They're more like railroad spike kind of things. You don't know what there's no railroads, but it's big metal spikes, and they're different colors.
That's
Red,
not normal.
green. Those were not there before. Red, green, blue, black, brown, just a bunch of different colors. Just planted different ones in different trees, that kind of stuff. And Shaggy Dog, you find some leaves covering something.
These weren't here before. Whatever these spike things, these. What on earth?
I kind of go still with my nose almost pointing right over the leaf pile.
And you take in, for the first time, you know that it's the smell of death. And there's leaves covering whatever is there.
And then kind of back up and lay down.
I'm
gonna walk up to it.
Hippity, perhaps one of us should check. To give you a moment.
No, I'm fine.
I know you're fine, but perhaps it should be.
I need to do this. I need to do this. Okay, I need to whatever it is, I need to do this. So,
Jada, could you walk with him, perhaps? I know that.
Yes, of course. Jada's like already like standing over the pile of leaves.
I'm going to inspect the spikes while they're doing that. See if there's any arcane nature to them. No.
Okay.
Keep an eye out.
So when you get to the leaves, a
I'm gonna
wind
crouch
blows and it exposes a bit of leg. And it's the color and tone of Ta'ana.
I turn and run towards the house. I'm gonna run inside.
I
Turn
follow.
those-
I am.
I also
Neck and
Don't
neck
say
with
anything,
him.
I just
Yep.
Yeah, as soon as I see him turn and run, I'm like, what? And I follow too.
She'll.
And-
I'll actually
Can I-
stay back and just like brush the rest of the leaves away.
And there's a tiefling woman there, an older one, cane in her hand, like off near her hand, and her back has slashes from the shoulder to above her butt, just dozens of them, and they look sort of burned on the edges, not just slices, but almost burned slices.
I determine. Do I know of any sort of creature that can do that?
Not that you know of.
Right. Well, probably magic. I'll examine the body and be like, try to be respectful and see if there's any other clues to what had happened to her. But
It looked like the way she fell looks like she was heading to the house from the burn pit or whatever.
Real quick, I just want to know:
Can I assume that she was ambushed?
Probably she was all hitting. I mean, you haven't turned her over to see the front, but the back is where all the cuts seem to be.
All right, go, Vesryn.
Is it dark at this point?
It's dusk.
Okay. I'll leave Soul with you since we're all heading in and you're out there by yourself. Just so, first of all, you have a little bit of extra light from Soul. That way I can know if something's happening. Soul can come to me and let me know if you're being attacked. I just don't want to leave you out there completely by yourself if somebody's been killed while we're all running into the house.
Yeah.
So just want to make sure that was stated.
So who's running into the house? Jazz,
Everybody else.
Hipley,
Taking dog.
Vesryn, and dog. Okay, so only Cerridwen's staying out, right?
And Soul.
And Soul. And as you're heading, you head all to the house. You're at the back of the house, by the way.
I'm gonna quickest way I can get in there. So whatever way I'm gonna get, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
first door. I'm getting in there.
The back. Here, let me bring up just sort of a diagram of the house so you can kind of see it. Give me a second. It's a masterfully crafted piece of art, you know.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Oh, it's not even showing the whole thing. Oh, damn it. Let me see if I can make it show the whole thing.
Gotta get the whole thing in there.
can make it smaller.
It looks like a whole thing to me.
Oh,
Is
you're
there
seeing the whole thing?
Are there
Oh,
multiple
you can see it in
stories?
Shard. You're right. It's just on the screen here.
Yeah,
it's
on
not showing the whole
Twitch.
I
thing.
would see it in Shard. So.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, in Shard you can see the whole thing. So the big circle area in the middle, that is the library. And there's like a tunnel that comes to the front. That's the entry foyer. That's the front. You're coming from the back where all the windows are around the library itself.
Okay.
So I'm running inside. I'm not screaming her name. I'm just calling out to her. I'm just going through. I'm going to like nowhere. I know where she always likes to be, so I'm going to all her like spots where I would normally find her. I'm just calling her name. Definitely like a bit of panic, but I'm still not like yelling. I'm just calling her name. Every room, searching everywhere. So yeah, I'm just in there, just focused, just trying to. I'm not believing what I saw. There's no. She has to be in here. She's not. That's not her. So.
As we follow him in here, is there anything that we notice out of place? Is
So Hipley, you are going to go in through the back quarters. They're the ones on the far left. There's like 3 beds and there's a little door back in that area. I wonder if I use an arrow, if you'll see it. I don't really know. I don't know.
I guess you were talking about the top left, though. I think I see it though. The
Yeah.
top left. I think I can see it.
Yeah, and there's a hallway that runs in there and kind of runs around part of the library, and it goes through the kitchens into the rest of the house. So when you first get in, there's no light in here because there's no candles or anything burning. You don't feel the warmth of the fire, of any fires. Everything seems cold and not like it normally was when you were here, keeping everything alight and warm and comfortable to live in. There's a chill in the air. So you run in, and where do you go when you open that back door? You're inside that hallway. Are you? Her quarters are on the opposite side of the house, all the way on the other side. There's
Where have I found her the most? Like, 'cause living with her, obviously, like her, wherever like I would see her the most. So I'm gonna go to that spot first.
the library she was in. When she was awake,
so
she was mostly in the library.
So I'm going straight to the library. So we're straight there.
Everyone else is following you in. So you run down and through the kitchens.
Like I'm tripping
left.
over shit. Like I know it's dark, so I'm
Yeah.
tripping. So probably like I'm just so.
Yeah. You get through the kitchens, turn left, and then you cross the entry foyer, or you go through the entry foyer and turn left into the library itself. And it's dark, but you can see that there's some things out of place in the room. Just enough light from the outside to tell there's something.
And I'm like, I guess I've been just kind of saying Tanda's name the whole time, and obviously no response, I imagine. But so I've been saying that, so been a response. And so what I noticed something's out of place, right? So a couple of books or anything, something seems
Not quite like that. More like it looks like there's a circle on the floor of burned candles.
If she's not even in here though, I'm gonna go to her quarters. Like if I'm focused. See, I'm going straight to the quarters then because I just want to find her. I don't care about what anything else at this point.
Right, when you turn to go out of the library, you bump into everybody else who was following you up, including Vesryn.
Well, as I was just saying, I would use, if there's torches and candles in here, when we come in, I will use prestidigitation every time I see them to make everything in the rooms pop on, so we can have light in here.
So the lights start coming on. When you turn Hipley to come back, the lights in the foyer are on. The lanterns are lit. And after you're done, you turn left into her room, and the lanterns in there are also lit. And her room looks like it's everything's made. It looks untouched. Nothing looks out of place. Her bathroom, she actually has a privy, a bathroom built into the house. It's the only one. Your room is the one up on the top right, and your outhouse was outside of the house. But hers was actually inside.
As I'm walking in here, like she's not there, but I'm just like imagining some memory of her, just thinking about times I've seen her in here, just running through my mind, like every like conversation, just every little moment. It's just running through my mind as I'm looking at it. So like I'm seeing her like in a room, seeing her just read a book there. I'm just seeing her just everywhere, just yeah. So
What are the rest of
Hipley.
you doing?
Hipley,
I'm
perhaps you
actually-
should. Go ahead. Sorry.
Sorry, I was just gonna say that Jada actually stops in the foyer entry to the library and stays there watching as Hipley just darts around, and they're remembering a different time and place, but they mostly have a faraway look in their eye as they watch him dart about.
You're the only one who can actually identify pretty specifically with this exact feeling. And it washes over you in a way that you didn't expect, probably, because
Yeah,
you have your soul still again.
I do. It's a lot.
I've seen Hipley run around. Vesryn, doesn't know what he understands what he's going through, but doesn't understand it on their level. But he knows that he needs to just calm down for a second. So he's going to try to encourage him. Hipley, I think just take a moment, breathe. Let's figure this out. But I think you should sit down for a second, just so you can get your bearings. We'll help you. We'll help you figure out what to do next. We'll help you figure out what's happened. I just need you to calm down for a second and just catch your breath, please.
can you bring people back from the dead?
I've heard of stories, but I don't. Just legends.
As this
Probably.
conversation's happening, Hipley just feels like the wet nose of me being a dog underneath his hand. The gentle kind of
Scares him at first because he's not really expecting it, but then he kind of realizes and kind of puts pats her head. I mean, he doesn't want to even in this stress. He's like doesn't know if it's weird because he doesn't know who you are. So he's like, well, it's not really a dog, but he just kind of scratched behind the ears, like good.
And I wag
Even
my
through the
tail
tears,
a
like
bit.
I hope this isn't rude. Like even through the tears, like I hope this isn't rude of me to do. I know it's you, so. But...
You just feel like my body press up against you more, encouraging you to continue.
I'm going to see if I can detect anything here. You said there's a circle of candles, right?
Yes.
Is that normal, Hipley? Is those candles there?
And there's a symbol in the center of the room carved into the floor itself. And there's not only candles, there's some kind of a magic circle in the middle of the room.
This is something that I might be able to solve, but if it's not arcane of nature, perhaps we should get Dwin in here as well. She's pretty good with languages and runes as well. And I'm going to cast detect magic, and also use
As you
arcane,
cast, the spell does not go off. You feel it not work.
Something's blocking my magic. Is that normal for here?
No.
I'll look at the runes on the floor. Do I recognize them? Is there any arcane knowledge that
these were runes used for some kind of ritual casting. The rune at the center you don't recognize. You've never seen it. If you look in Discord, I dropped the icon in there so you will know it, so you could see it.
All right, 1 second.
Me.
Okay. I will, obviously I'm going to scribble that down, and I'm going to take note of everything else about these candles. Is it carved into the ground, you said? Or is it just
carved.
drawn?
It's carved.
I'm going to see if I can break the rune by cutting through it. Kind of breaking the rune to see if it breaks whatever magic is on there.
It breaks the rune, but you don't know if it...
I'll try to detect magic again.
Would
prestidigitation not have worked?
Not in this room. In the foyer, it
Okay.
did.
Got you. It's something's preventing my magic from working in here, and I think it has to do with this circle that was put here. Would your friend, would she have known how to do something like this? Was she a spellcaster of sorts that you know of?
No, not that I.
No,
No,
she
just
she
someone who
did.
loved-
She dabbled a little bit. You knew that she dabbled a little. You didn't know what. She didn't do it around you. She did very subtle things and nothing major that you've ever known.
I will. You guys will see my eyes kind of go white for a second, and Dwayne, you'll feel Soul like nudging you, like poking you, and then pointing towards the house to like let you know to come towards the house.
Do I know what her favorite book was? Because I want to grab that, whatever her favorite book was. I know that one she loved the most. I want to see
She
if I can find that
loved
book.
all books. She's
Did
like
she have
you.
But did she have one that she particularly maybe was fond of that I would know?
Yeah, the
or-
one that was stolen.
Okay.
Oh,
Cerridwen, as Soul is pulling on you, you see the sun drop below the horizon and it becomes night. And you take 6 points of damage from like this churning pain in your stomach and chest. But there's no visible wound.
Do I sense this from Soul's eyes? Because I was looking at her from Soul's eyes.
Maybe. Sure. Yeah, why not? Why not?
I'm gonna like touch my back.
No, nothing.
I come back immediately. Something's happening to Dwyn.
Oh,
I dart off.
What do you do, Jada?
I think I'm stuck. You might have to shake me. Yeah.
I'm gonna run out.
Okay.
All right.
Good.
Because I don't realize you're stuck. I just
Yeah,
I've seen
no.
that.
I have one hand on my rope dart and the other, or my eyes are just completely blanked out.
Jada, you can go. It's okay. And
Hipley,
so
make me a
Certain-
perception check while you're talking.
Ooh, that's gonna be a 6. I'm pretty distressed. So
Yeah, you are. Totally. The rest of you run out. And Cerridwen, the pain subsides. It goes away after a moment. Even by the time they get out there, it seems to be gone. And they're out there with you.
they just see her looking confused and like, kind of like holding her stomach. What was that?
Dwyn, are you okay?
Well, I was examining the body, and then the sun set, and I was just struck with this pain.
Let's get inside. There's a circle in there that prevents magic. Perhaps there's something foul going on here. Perhaps she made the circle as a protection and wasn't able to get inside in time.
I think she was attacked by something from behind. Did I get to look at the front of her?
If you wanted, do you want to?
Yeah.
You want to
Yeah,
turn her
I-
over? Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no wounds on the front. And when you turn her, she's a tiefling. Horns with a little bit of ornamentation to them. Definitely elderly, pretty old. You can tell just by her body it was kind of bent a little bit, not like too badly, but bent some. But her cane says that she was not, capable of walking very fast or anything either.
Perhaps we should take her body inside for now. She shouldn't be left out here. We
Scoop her
should
up.
Okay.
take her.
Take her.
Are you okay?
One
Dwyn?
thing you do notice is that the blood from the wounds is completely dried. It didn't just happen.
So does it seem like it all just bled out, or like it was burned up, or so? Is she
Some
just,
some bled, but the wounds were just big. They're big gashes
Okay.
along the back.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Can I?
So it's been a while.
Yeah, can I, as a dog, actually smell how long she's been here, or how long in this state?
I'll give you a wisdom roll up for that. Wisdom check. I mean, that's interesting.
It was hit here.
All right. Getting good rolls. So that's a total of 21.
Probably a few days. Long enough for it to, whatever blood to come out, came out. It dried up. There's, the smell, as a dog, you would know the smell is a certain age. I'm not sure you can know very accurately, but you would know that it's been several days at least.
So at least sometime before Char mentioned about her life.
No, probably around that time, a couple days ago. 2 days.
All right.
We should get you inside and take a look at your stomach. Make sure you're okay.
Yeah. Take pot on it and goes inside. The rest of the group.
I would have been totally oblivious to Jada not being able to move, so I'd just be telling her, just talking my feelings about just about almost like everything from me getting there, just things that me and Donna hope to do with the library.
Jada, make me a perception check, but roll it at disadvantage, please.
Oh man.
You can still make it.
Oh. 13.
Okay. You see something unusual in the library around the books. There's like cards hanging from a bunch of the books of different colors.
Cards.
And it looks cards holiday cards or something, like just bent paper, but they have letters or something written on them all. Each one has one letter or something, and they're different colors, the letters. And Hipley hasn't noticed it because he's distraught, and he rolled a 6.
Hipley, shut up. What are those?
You've never seen that.
I have no clue what those are. None. I'd ask Donna, but I guess, can't, so. I don't know. I have no clue. I'll go up to one and I'll go up to one. So if I was just take one and just read it, see what it is.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
It is, roll me a D10, Hipley.
D10, okay. Let's see. Where's my D10, of course?
And about the time that you guys are starting to examine this,
Ooh.
Vesryn and Cerridwen and Soul and Shaggy Dog come in.
That's a
2?
5.
A 5.
No, 5. I mean, how much
So-
greater? 5.
So you take the card off of it, and the card has a blue letter in Gnomish. Do you read Gnomish?
Let me double check. I don't.
If not, you don't know what the letter is, but it's
Yeah, let me double check. I don't think I do.
a letter.
All right, nope, I don't. I was doing something else.
Never mind.
Because of
So
Donna, so no.
It's a letter, a character of some kind, but not one you know. And Jazz, roll me a D5. I mean a D10. It's really a
Okay,
D5,
I was about to
but
say.
it's really a D5. It's one of 5 colors.
2.
2. So you pick one up that it's in common, and it's in red, and it's one of the letters of the alphabet, of the common alphabet.
Is this some kind of game?
And you all get in there, and Hipley, you see Cerridwen carrying Ta'ana in her arms into the house behind Vesryn and the dog.
Hipley, I'm sorry, but I hope
Just place
it's
her in
okay
a
that-
room, please. Just
Yes.
on her bed, please. Thank you.
Yes. I'll go with Cerridwen because I want to check her wound
Okay.
to make sure you're all right.
Make me an Arcana check, Vesryn.
Arcana check. I was going to ask you, by the way, because I was thinking it might be defensive magic, and I used to be a defensive mage. I wasn't sure if maybe I would recognize it. So, but I want to see if anything else here. Arcana would be +7, so a 18.
You know that when you use your shadow blade, it leaves wounds similar to that.
That's on Dwin? On Dwin's stomach?
No, on the body.
On the body. Gotcha.
Dwin has no wounds.
Okay. Because I know you said her stomach, so I was checking her.
Yeah, no, she took damage. She is hurt, but it was internal. There's no outside wound that she sees.
And I'll tell you, Dwin, I don't want to necessarily, scare everybody else. You know that magical blade I create, Dwin?
Yeah, it's kind of black and thing.
Yes, it deals like psychic damage.
Yeah.
These wounds are similar to that.
Well, we got someone who's capable of magic going around. But why talk enough?
I don't know. It could be tied to the book. It could be. I mean, I didn't know her. I mean, Hipley's the only one that might know. Question is, did she send Hipley away? And if she did she suspect something like this might happen and she was trying to protect him?
I'm gonna just put her on the bed and pull a blanket over her to cover the body.
There's more questions than answers here.
Hipley, you and Jada, please make me an investigation check while you're in the room.
But you're okay, right, Dwin? Are you?
6. I'm rolling
3
like
plus
shit.
something.
You know what? You are going away.
3 plus something, so it's not gonna be not much greater.
Okay.
I'm not really looking too hard, so I'm just like
You're not.
I'm fine.
I'll say in the meantime, just going in slow circles, keeping, a nose and ear out, sniffing around.
Where are you going? Are you just staying in the room with them? Or
Yeah,
are
I'm
you going
gonna
somewhere else?
do kind of like a circle around the library, and if I notice any smell that sparks my interest, I may follow.
Make me an investigation check. Dog investigator.
Doggy investigation.
Doggy detective.
I like that.
Yeah.
Doggy investigation.
Doggy detective.
Pretty good. That is a total of 16.
So there's a couple of chairs and a table in there, and behind one of the chairs near the circle, you find a rolled up parchment.
I start kind of pawing towards the parchment.
I go
Barking out.
see what the dog wants.
When you get over there, there's a rolled up parchment, like a scroll kind of thing.
Does it seem like a trap?
I don't know, is a roll up scroll a trap? Maybe.
With char, maybe. I nudge it with my foot and then I pick it up and unroll it.
It doesn't blow up, and you
Amazing.
unroll it, and it's blank.
Have I seen this sort of thing before?
Make me an Arcana check, maybe.
Jesus. I'm just gonna stop rolling for the rest of the day. No more.
You don't really know.
Well, I'm back in her room. I think it might be a bit rude, but perhaps it's prudent in this moment. But maybe she kept a diary or a journal of her comings and goings. And
If you want to take a look around, go ahead. I'll leave Solon here with you, but I'm going to go out there and check on Hipley and see if there's anything else that we might have found out there. Perhaps there's more clues.
Okay.
I'll just pull out some of the drawers. Try to find a
And
diary.
make me an investigation check. When you get out into the room, Vesryn, I'll tell you in a second. Go on.
Yeah.
Okay, I will Guys, I am great at investigation checks. I can do so well in them.
I need some fresh air, so
I
do
got
whatever the hell you want in here. I'm going to be outside.
Hipley, be careful. When Dwin was out there, something hurt her.
I got a 13.
I don't.
I don't think
I'll
I can be
follow.
hurt any. I don't think I can be hurt anymore right now. So
No,
think I'll be okay.
Something attacked her.
Jada will follow.
Yeah.
Just
Thank you,
silent shadow.
Do I see what she has in her hand at all before she walks out, or no?
What do you do with that
The
scroll?
parchment? Yeah, I'll just slap it in his chest. Walk out. Don't even look at him.
And there's a parchment, like a scroll parchment.
Have I seen anything like this before?
It's blank. You have seen that for two things. For holding a spell, before you write a spell on it, and after a spell's been cast. That's when it's blank. After a spell's been cast, so you haven't magically written into your own book, just cast.
Now, I'm going to step out of this area. I'm going to cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
Does it have any essence of magic still on it?
It does.
What kind of magic? Good old Detect Magic.
Well, it won't tell you the spell, but it'll tell you the
No, it'll tell you what type of what
type,
school.
Yeah. Give me a second. It is abjuration.
So very familiar to me.
Yeah.
So it's some type of abjuration spell. And then with the tech magic still on, do I notice anything else in that area where I'm at? Let's say I'd step into the library. Anything magical in that library area?
No, in the foyer though, there is some magic on a wall in a square.
Okay. And is there any magic coming from that circle?
You
From where I
can't
can
see.
see here?
You can't detect anything in the room magically as magical.
Okay. But there's magic on this on the wall.
Yes.
I will head over there to investigate it.
Cerridwen, on the table, there's papers and parchments and stuff, kind of shuffled around. A card slides out,
Ooh.
and it says on it. Hold on, let me get it. Madame Aurigard, Abacomancy, Divinations and Exaltations, Delius, and it has a picture of. Make me a Arcana check.
I rolled a 1.
Yeah, you don't know what it is. Some kind of like a lion-y kind of creature.
What was the name?
Well,
Madam what?
with blue and gold hat.
So is it like a business card type thing?
It's like a business card, although you've never seen a business card.
I'm sorry. What is it? Said Madame Beauregard.
They would have called it a calling card then, more than a business
Oh,
card.
it's true. Yeah. Madame Beauregard. What else did it say on it?
Abacomancy, Divinations and Exaltations, Delius, and the picture.
Abacomancy.
Here, I'll drop it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to take notes just so we have this for future references.
I take it. I'll go back out to the library and find Vesryn.
And Vesryn's in the foyer holding rolled up parchment and looking at a wall.
I'm gonna look at the parchment and see if it's really got a blank parchment.
It's blank.
What are you doing?
Um,
You seem very interested in blank paper, so
well, Jada handed this to me. I detected magic on it, which, by the way, spells don't work in this area over here. But there seems to be essence of abjuration magic on it.
The blue collar DM has visited for the first time. Welcome, blue collar DM. Haven't
What's
seen
up,
you here
dude?
before. He's awesome. Thank you for the raid. This is fantastic. We're in the middle of an investigation where, well, they're starting to investigate the death of a librarian. Actually, more than a librarian, also the mentor to one of the players.
You know
Hey.
what? I found this card and I hand him the calling card. I don't know what Abba commands me.
Do I notice anything on the card? Does it make any sense to me?
I mean, those are words you all recognize except abocamancy.
Perhaps it's somebody that she had dealings with inside the city. Maybe she bought the scroll for that person.
Maybe.
Maybe we might be able to find more information out there about what she was doing or what was happening here. But I also noticed there's some magic right here on this wall. Perhaps you could help me figure this out.
Sure. But I want to look at the circle real quick. So when I look at the carvings in the library floor, can I determine if they were made by a similar device that killed Ta'anat?
No.
Or does it? Okay, so it's not the same.
No. It looks like they were very precisely carved into the floor, except there's a slash across them, across one of them in the middle, around that symbol that I'd shown you a moment ago. Make me an investigation check while you're in there looking at that stuff, Cerridwen.
I am gonna
Actually, Shaggy Dog can too.
Shaggy Dog would like to. Been hanging around in that room just continuing to sniff. That's one of my lower rolls, but I got a total of 14.
investigation.
Cerridwen?
That's
Investigation, yes.
It's 17.
So you're looking around and you realize that there's all these cards hanging on the books all around the room, and each one has one letter on them. And you recognize that there's a lot of different languages on those cards, and they're in different colors. And you immediately are like, "Oh,
That's the puzzle for me.
yes, that's your kind of puzzle."
I'm gonna like pluck out the cards, look at them.
So the cards have different colors. There are 5 colors of letters. The cards are all the same color, but the letters are different. There's red that are all in common.
Okay.
There are green ones that are all in Elvish. Blue ones that are all in Gnomish. You speak all those languages, right?
Yeah.
Do you speak Dwarvish?
Yeah.
Black are Dwarvish. And then the yellow ones, every one is a different language. Every one.
Do I recognize any of the languages on the wild cards?
Tell me the languages you speak.
Common, Draconic, Dwarfish, Elfish, Giant, Gnomish, Sylvan, and Ancient Elixian.
Yes, there are some of all of those, but what's really weird, these are written in like old variations. Like to most people, it'd be like looking at uncials right now. Most people don't recognize them, but you've seen enough of that you know whoever wrote this knew the shit out of languages.
Me too, did they? He's clearly tickled by this as a linguist. Can I determine any sort of like message from arranging like the sets of letters? Like if I take the common and arrange them, or
Well, are you taking the letters down or are you leaving them on the walls? Because they wrap around the room and they're all in different spots, kind of. You have to get up on the ladder to take most of them down if you want to take them down.
I'm gonna approach one and then look at it. And then is there like, is this a specific section of the library? Is
You
the
don't
library
know.
organized? She's just like,
If only you knew a librarian that knew this library.
We need Hipley.
I start trotting off.
Do I see anything on that area that was magical? Have I been able to have time to look?
There is an illusion on it that is trying to hide something.
I will reach through if I can, or touch through it.
And there's a hole.
Anything in there?
Yeah, there's old parchments, and there's a small dais for something.
I'll pull what I can out and look at it. Dwin, look, this wall is illusion.
Well, you're in the foyer. She's in the library itself.
Well, I walk over to where she's at, and I'll say that. And I'll look. Do I notice all the things on the walls too? I won't notice where they are.
You notice that Cerridwen is in whatever she's doing. You don't even know if she could hear you right now.
Yeah,
Dwin,
deeply what she's looking down. Like,
Dwin, I'll tap her on the shoulder. Dwin,
oh, sorry.
there's a wall with an illusion. I found these parchments in there. What is this?
I think there's some sort of message, and I think these cards were put in these spots specifically, and that's part of the message. So, and then she's gonna like put the card back where she found it.
But
So we need Hipley, but I don't know if he's in the. I don't know if he can help right now.
are those different languages or?
Oh yeah, we had Gnomish and Dwarfish and.
There's some languages you don't recognize, by the way.
I will
in
pull
yellow,
out-
only in yellow.
I will pull out the book. Like the book, perhaps?
I mean, I did recognize some of the yellow letters, and they were in
Yeah.
a very old dialect,
Take the book.
like the book.
Maybe the book is connected to it.
Maybe.
And here's these parchments that I found. Maybe they'll make sense to you as well. That were inside that illusionary thing.
Right.
I'll go get Hipley and see if he can help.
No, he.
I have no idea that she went to go get him. I just
I'll start looking at the parchments.
Yeah, so I'm already
And-
like bounding out, following my nose.
So you get outside. Hipley, you get out there with Jazz.
So when I get out there, I'm just looking up to the sky. I'm offering
it's
everything I have.
dark.
I'm just looking at the sky, offering to whoever that being that I met. I'm offering them my soul. I'm offering whatever I can. I'll give you whatever. If you bring her back, I'll give you all the fucking knowledge in the world. If you bring her back, you can have my soul. You can have me. As long as you bring her back, you can take everything. I don't care. You can have. I'll give you anything you want. Just give her. Please, just give her back to me. Whatever you need, I'll get you all the knowledge. I swear. I'll get you everything. Undying loyalty, whatever it takes. If you just please bring her back, anything.
Make me a perception check at disadvantage, please.
It's gonna be 7 plus something. So what was that? And you said an investigation or perception?
Perception. So you're
9.
saying all this stuff, almost praying it or whatever, and Jazz, as you're heading out, you sense the movement of the leaves is weird, and then suddenly, what's your AC?
IAC?
Not yours. What's your AC, Hipley?
14, grand 14.
And
Good hit.
you get hit by something that just thrusts into you in your chest, and you take 14 points of damage, and there's a huge wound, and suddenly you see a wound open to the back of him, Jazz, but there's nothing there. And
I cast
he
the invisibility.
falls. Okay. And your invisibility shows some kind of a thing in the shadows that looks like a shadow. And it has a blade that is made of shadow too. And it's standing right in front of Hipley and pulling the blade out. And the wound, you see the wound open up, like as something comes through. And then as it goes through, it kind of closes back, but it's now bleeding, and Hipley is in pain. And the dog comes running up from behind you also. And now there's the three of you out there.
I unhook my rope.
Can I get
dart.
initiatives? Can I get initiatives?
Hell yeah.
Dog initiative, yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Oh god.
Do you want an eye to roll initiatives just so you have them already?
17.
Why, are you going to go out there for some reason?
Well, I already said I didn't know she was going out.
Oh, you were
Remember
going
I
out.
said-
Okay.
But I didn't know if you want us just to have it in case you.
Sure.
Okay.
What did you get, Jazz?
17.
What did you get?
6.
6.
I
Big ol'
also
6.
got 6.
Oh, nice. You guys
I
are
got a
doing great.
7. I got a 7.
Oh, guys.
All right. And I mean, obviously, Hipley was not expecting that, and it just came out of nowhere. The moment it happens, Jazz, you have a moment to react right after it. You have the first initiative.
Yeah, I drop the rope dart, I swing it around in a circle, and I just slash it out over Hipley's head as he's like doubled over.
Roll
Got this guy.
roll to hit. Don't stand up, Hipley.
Okay. 15? 15 to hit?
15 hits.
All right.
And you hit something in the air. You know where the space is, the shadowy space.
Mm-hmm.
You're the only one that can see it there, but you know that it's something there.
7 points of slashing damage.
And it makes no sound, but you know you hit something. And it... Actually, let me check something. Yep. Oh, wait. What kind of damage does your weapon do?
I think
Piercing?
it's slashing
Slashing?
damage. Mm-hmm.
And your weapon is non-magical, correct?
Yes, correct.
It hits it, you think, but you're not sure if it did anything. And it pulls back again, and it stabs again at Hipley.
Oh my gosh.
You take 4 points of damage this time, Hipley, and it is now your initiative, Hipley. And actually, who's got the higher dex, you or Natalie?
I am
Or,
14
or
dexterity.
Surprisingly, I have by the greater dex, but Thesis can go because So
Yeah, okay. Makes sense.
So, being a
are you
dog
doing?
at this moment isn't good anymore because I can smell that Hipley got hurt.
Yeah.
And then I see Jada make a move. So I let out a long, kind of really angry howl as I transform back into myself,
Cool.
dropping the wild shape.
And
which I believe-
everybody in the house hears that. Like a growling, howling sound. And you drop the shape.
Drop my shape, and that didn't cost me an action, so I see exactly Jada did her initial slash and where
Yep.
Hipley was still forward. So in that space for 4 of them, I'm going to just channel in the night now that it is dark and let my eyes start to glow as I get almost a moon essence about me, and I'm going to summon a moonbeam directly in front of Hipley and Jada.
Oh, nice. The moonlight comes and shimmers in front. Cool. And
Just read. This would be a Constitution saving throw.
it makes its con save.
If it's a shapeshifter, it's at disadvantage.
It is not a shapeshifter.
Okay.
This is its
Awesome.
natural shape.
Alright, so a 40-foot high cylinder. Okay, so I am concentrating on this, and it will be half damage. So I got a 16 total.
What kind
So
of
that'd be
damage
8.
does it? What kind of damage does it do?
It is, I believe, radiant.
I think it's radiant, right?
Yes.
Ah. How much damage did you do?
It was 16, so it'd be half of that for the save. So 8.
And when you do this, there's like a searing smoke left in the beam as something moves out of the beam as fast as it can. You don't hear any sound, but whatever it was fled the light as quickly as it could, the light you had made.
All right. So I'm concentrating on that essence that I brought down, keeping myself grounded and paying attention to where it moved out from the beam, so when it comes to my turn again, I can push it towards that direction.
Yep. And Hipley.
So on the ground, I'm just gonna feel my chest, look at the blood. I'm gonna look at the thing and just cast suggestion, just say go, just point. So casting suggestion, second level, it's gonna be a 16 wisdom save. And I'm just saying, just pointing, just go, leave.
It makes it save.
It's fine. All right, and then yep. So it's gonna end my turn. Let's just sleep laying on the ground, just kind of yeah. Still on my turn.
Jazz, we're back to you. Vesryn, you'll be in at the next initiative. You saw the direction it fled the light. You don't know. I mean, you know where it went because you can see it.
Yeah.
You can see a form.
Is it within 10 feet of me?
No.
Can I get within 10 feet of it?
What's your movement?
30.
It didn't seem to move. It moved quickly, but it didn't seem to move like it was running away. It looked like it was trying to get out of the moonbeam, but it seems to be returning back to this area, trying to go around the moonbeam. So it's actually coming closer to you.
Okay, perfect.
So you can close it, sure.
Yeah, I would like to swing my rope dart again, but instead of trying to slash at it, I would like to hook it around whatever this thing is, so I can grapple it and then pull it into the moonbeam.
Okay. Make me an attack roll. You need a 14.
Natural 13. So
A natural 13, so just missed. So
it was an attack roll
it was.
with my weapon.
Yeah, I'm saying you needed to make a 14 to hit.
I rolled a natural 13. I haven't added my.
Oh, you have. Oh, okay, you haven't added it.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you'll hit.
Sorry. Yes.
Yeah. Like what?
Sorry.
Plus stuff.
Yeah, I have plus stuff.
All the pluses.
It would have been an 18 to hit, by the way. Yeah, so I'm going to pull it into the moonbeam and attempt to keep it grappled there.
What's your strength?
My strength is.
I'm pretty sure it's pretty good.
My strength's all right. It's 15.
Okay, that's strong. Oh, right, that's really good. So you get the grapple. You get the grapple with the device. It's not doing any damage. It's just holding on and pulling towards.
Yep.
As it's coming, what is your hook held on to? It's a chain or it's a rope?
It's a cord. It's a rope. It's a pretty sturdy rope. Like nylon.
It's going to try and cut the rope.
How dare you?
Which may have just saved Hipley from a lot of damage again. And it does not hit the rope. That was really weird. I was totally expecting it to hit that rope. So
Sturdy rope.
it swings at it, and you can see it kind of falling back. And for you to pull it into the moon, you've got to keep kind of moving to pull it into the direction of the moonbeam. So
I'm gonna do a really cool thing, lift my leg and use my foot to step down on the cord, yank him that way.
Okay. So you do your yank, and we'll get to that in a moment. How many actions do you get in a turn?
Oh, I guess I can action surge, can't I? Do I want to use it? Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know you do that. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I do.
It hurt Hipley. Take it out.
Yeah, I'm a little pissed. Yeah. So I'll do that. I'll do that.
So you'd be able to actually pull it in this time rather than waiting till next time.
And I'll keep it locked there.
So make me a strength save, or contested
Check?
strength. A check against. Oh, yeah, you're gonna do it.
Well,
Unless you roll a 1. Actually, probably
No,
even with the 1.
I rolled a dirty 20.
Yeah, definitely. You know you're stronger than whatever this is, and it's off balance and stuff, and you pull it right into the moonbeam that Desus has there. So it needs to make its save again, and it fails its save. You want to do the damage again, Desus?
Yeah, let's go. Ooh, high roll. Nice. So it's a total of 19 radiant this time.
And there's like, when you pull it into the moonbeam, there's like this smoky haze rising out from this shape. Vesryn, you come out and you actually have next initiative before Hipley and Desus.
And I can see the shape of it in the smoke and everything, or
You can see the smoke rising off of it. You don't see it inside of it. You just see the smoke rising off of something.
all right.
So you know where it is. And you see Jada, they've got this thing entangled and trying to keep it seemingly inside this light that
I'll
piercing
just keep
through
it
the
simple.
trees.
I'll keep it simple. I'll throw a firebolt at it as I'm coming out the door.
Okay. easy.
Natural 16 plus 7.
Hits.
So,
Yep, just need a 14.
all right. So 2 10s. And one was decent. The other one was kind of low. That'll be 9 points of damage. Of fire damage.
Hipley, what are you doing? You see this thing almost right in front of you, and you see a blade like shape in the haze that looks like it's kind of raising and pointing sort of your direction.
We'll detect thoughts at level 2. He doesn't really care at this point. He's gonna look at he's gonna detect thoughts level 2. So that's gonna be a save. What is that? Because I don't think I realized. So wisdom save of 16.
Kill them, get books. That's all the thoughts.
Killed for books.
I know.
I start laughing. I start cracking up on the ground. So I just start laughing. Just like...
The pen is mightier than the sword. Well, maybe not tonight.
Yeah, so I just laugh. I return just laughing, just increased laughter. Just
Hipley's gone mad. What are you doing, Desus?
Yeah, that's my initial thoughts as I was about to like call out to him and be like, Hipley, you're needed still, move. And then hear him laugh like, well, you're still hurt anyway. And then I can only do so much because I'm concentrating on the moonbeam, but I am able to still reach out and do a healing word on Hipley as he's on the ground there.
Do you need to maintain concentration for the moonbeam?
I suppose I do, don't I? I do have Warcaster.
If your concentration only if you take damage, you have to worry about.
Yeah, and healing word isn't a concentration spell.
But you can cast other spells as long as it's not concentration. So yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
You got this.
Do it.
We rock as casters.
Hipley get a total of 7 hit points back. And then I just
Hipley,
kind
do
of...
you want to take that to your psyche or to your body?
Sad.
But psyche.
And I instinctively just move forward, put myself between Hipley and the creature in the moonbeam, and just continue concentrating on that and really now reaching out to my god, and we're not. This isn't good. I want to know what is going on here.
And as you do that, it slashes at Hipley. What'd you say your AC was, Hipley? 15?
14.
14. It just misses. The blade goes right past you.
Doesn't get an
Misses.
advantage though, because I'm on the ground though,
And-
so wouldn't it get advantage? Since
No,
it's
because
advanced?
it's also being entangled
Oh,
and
okay.
yanked through things. But
Very
what
nice.
what does happen though is it swings again, and it swings at you again. And it misses again. So it just barely missed again. It keeps barely
It's a
missing.
really
okay.
shit
And
assassin.
I'm just laughing
dude.
harder and harder, because do I see it missing?
You do see it
Maybe
missing. You
laying
just see
there.
it being
Good.
pulled through
I'm
the
just
light
laughing.
and into the light, and it's not. It's having trouble with the light for sure.
Jazz, maybe we're just that good.
We're back to the top. So Jazz, what are you doing?
I'm going to kick at the back of this thing's leg. Is it humanoid?
It's shaped like that, yeah.
It's shaped like a humanoid. I'm just gonna kick his knee out, put him on the ground.
You go to do it, and it sort of dissipates into the shadows, and you see its whole form just sort of become like a wave of goo into the shadow, and then reform into a shape, and it's no longer in your entangle.
What the frick, man? Okay. 1 second. Did that. Do I still have an action, or was that my action?
You still have one.
Okay. I'm gonna what am I gonna do? Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna swing the rope dart and slash at it again, but this time I'm going to use booming blade.
Okay.
Nice.
So I'm trying to keep this thing in the moonlight as much as possible.
Yeah. It seems to not like that so much.
Oh, that's a cantrip. Oh, wild.
Yeah. It's an awesome one.
All right. Make your attack. Oh.
Do. Hiya! Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. I mean, rolled right out of my dice box. I'm so sorry. Try that again. 16 to hit?
16 hits. You need a 14.
Sweet. Where's my D8? Oh, I don't know if
You
this
hit.
if my actual thing does anything. If my actual weapon does anything.
It does not.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what I rolled, but yeah, I hit it. So
You
now
hit
if it
something,
moves,
and it kind of is
Still,
like
it still takes 1d8 thunder
it takes
damage though.
the
If
D8
it
from the
moves.
thunder.
does
No,
it
even when you I
It's-
think when you hit it.
initially?
Yeah, it says you do if the target. Let's see here. I thought so. Weapon attack number 9. Oh no, you're right. I read it wrong. I'm crazy.
No worries.
And
If it moves.
and it moves
Sweet.
to move to attack you. It takes a D8 and then it attacks you instead of Hipley for the first time.
I see.
How
Okay.
much did it take?
3 points of thunder damage.
Okay. And then it swings at you. What's your AC?
13.
It hits you.
Ah, man.
You take 8 points of damage from this shadowy blade that slashes across you, and it continues moving through, like past you, towards Vesryn. Vesryn's far enough away to not be hit yet, but that's the direction. Next up is Vesryn, actually.
Because she hit it with booming blade, and normally it becomes sheathed in booming energy.
Mm-hmm.
Am I able to see this, like the outline of this thing?
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Awesome. I love you, Jada. You are awesome. All right, so it means I don't have to cast see invisibility this turn, and I can actually hit it. I too am going to I'm going to cast Shadow Blade myself on this thing. I'm going to see if it works on it. May not work. I don't know if it can take psychic damage or not, but we'll find out here in a minute. But I will hit it also with Booming Blade. So bonus action, Shadow Blade. Action will be Booming Blade as I hit this thing, as I move up to engage it.
Do it.
So, and natural 17. So, does it take psychic damage before I roll?
It hits.
Okay.
It takes damage. Yes.
All right. So make sure before I roll it. And because I didn't say what level I was casting it at, I'll just do it at the standard second level. So that'll be 2d8 psychic. There's that. So that'll be 9 points of damage, psychic damage. I got another 9. And obviously, if it moves again, it'll take damage from my booming blade.
Nice. Tag team. Boom Bros.
Boom bros. I like
Boom Bros.
Boom
Oh,
Bros. Let's go.
We're boomers.
Yeah.
All
right, and-
Desus and Hipley, what are you doing? Hipley's, are you still laughing? And
Yeah, I'm doing nothing. I'm just
Oh.
on the ground, just laying.
Can I say one thing before my like verbally? I
Sure.
want to say to Hipley, this may have been what killed your friend. Trying to get him. I hear him laughing on the ground. I don't know why
Right.
he thinks this is funny. So my what are you doing? This might have been what killed your friend. Trying to snap him out of it. Whatever giggle fit he's in.
Oh, so if I hear that and I'm out of reply, is killing this thing going to bring her back?
So you,
Is that how
I
is that
can't-
how this works?
I don't know if I
Killing
don't know
it
if I
could
can
bring
respond.
answers.
what are you doing, Desus?
I'll say because I would have overheard, I would have replied, but killing it could bring answers as I concentrate my moonbeam and just shift it over because now that energy is around the creature, I can mark
Yep.
its path, so I put it back over it, so that's to make another con save.
Yeah. I like your moonbeam.
Yeah, it's delightful.
It makes it save.
Okay, so it's a low roll this time. So it was 9, so it'd be halved. So that'd be 4. 9.
And
Oh,
the
we're
steam
doing it.
and heat rolls out. and when it does, it just sort of dissipates into nothingness. And there's no blade left behind, nothing. And Cerridwen comes out. Sorry, there's only a few seconds.
Thank Lulin.
Okay, well, like, so while this was happening, Cerridwen's like looking at the parchment, and then she puts it down and thinks, right now it's more important that Hipley has friends. And then she puts the parchment down and hears the wolf cry and is like, oh yeah, that's true. And then she's gonna like go towards the window and be like, no, Hipley would hate me. And then she'd go outside.
Okay.
Can I turn on Hipley?
Can you turn on Hipley?
Yeah.
Like-
You're going to attack
Like a
Lulin?
villain would?
Yeah. I was take my rope down and go, what? No. I mean, like literally turn,
Yes.
whirl on him.
Sure.
What was that? What's that? What are you doing? Why are you laughing?
I'm laying here getting stabbed isn't quite obvious. I mean, you see the blood, so
Yeah, you're supposed to defend yourself and get pissed. You're supposed to feel it, man.
the only thing I feel is emptiness. But yeah.
No.
I should. Yeah, I get it. I should
No.
I should want to avenge her. I should want to get up and
Clap,
fight. And...
clap my hands on both sides of his face. Listen to me. I know that you want to be empty and you want to feel nothing, and that nothing is ever going to be okay again. I get it. But that is how you lose yourself. You promised me that you were going to feel things to the fullest extent, and if you didn't want to anymore, you were going to tell me. Remember?
Make me a wisdom check, Hipley.
It's gonna be... That's a 3 plus something.
Oh boy.
Yeah. You're still not clear.
She's
I gotta-
right. They are right. We've all lost people. And I know it's not easy to lose somebody that you care about. Trust me, I know. But laying there is not going to fix anything. Yes, it doesn't bring her back. But don't you think she deserves justice? Being murdered in her front yard, left in a pile of leaves? Do you think that that is the end that she deserves? You think that nobody should find out what happened? We're in here trying to help you, and you're laughing. You're better than this. I've only known you a short time, but you are better than this. Get up and make what happened to her worth something. Let's find out who wanted her dead and why.
In the back of your mind, you hear, there are words worth dying for.
So, and I respond to the voice. I guess mentally. So is that it? Am I supposed to?
It's your
Am I
voice.
supposed to? Oh.
It's not another voice.
Oh. Okay. So I'm thinking that thought. Then wait.
You just kind of remember in your head, it's like recall, like.
I sit down next to where Hipley is, and I just kind of look at him, and there is a gentleness with me. She very much trusted you when she sent you away on something very important. Something that you said was super important to her. And whatever this creature was after may have been connected to that. I think she'd
that book that Vesryn has that he was supposed to give her, but it doesn't matter now. She's dead, so you can keep the book, Vesryn. I don't think she'll be needing it now, and to say that she's in, so you can keep the book. If you're wondering, that's what it was after. So there we go. That's why she died. That book that you had, Vesryn. That's why she's dead. So. And
why do you think she's dead because of this book? Don't you care? If this was her life's work, don't you care to find out? This book means something. For somebody to come here and do this, to use whatever that
book only means something if it can be read. How if she can't read it, the book means nothing. If you can't read the book essentially means nothing. So
no, that's obviously not true. You know languages. I know languages. Cerridwen knows a gazillion languages. Together we can figure this out. We need your help. We need you to focus. We need to solve this.
Just because she's gone now doesn't mean she never lived.
Sure. Let's go play detectives. Let's go solve this. I get up and go back in the house. You're right. I was so wrong. You're right. Let's just go back and
it's not about being wrong.
It's okay. We're gonna solve this right now. I'll walk back inside. Chest held high, bleeding, not given, just whatever. You're right. Let's solve this mystery. Yes, you're all correct. Let's go. So as I walk back inside.
Do I believe him?
Yeah.
I don't even need a roll to believe that.
I kind of look to who's here. He needs to feel out his feelings. It's a lot, and we don't know much about him either. This could go far deeper than what we realize.
You do know that he fights like a librarian.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa. Whoa.
I mean, in this fight you did. So
man, lose someone like your mom, like fuck, that's gonna, yeah.
I'll say to you guys, obviously he's not okay, but let's just not push it. Let him feel what he's feeling. When we bury her tomorrow, perhaps he'll have time to process everything, and he'll realize the importance of what she was doing and what we're trying to do now. There's something bigger out there.
Just too many things overlapping around this group.
I think so.
Hipley,
Jada.
you get in there in the room. You get in the room in front, ahead of everyone, and you see all the different cards along the books, at different levels.
In different languages, right? Do I notice that?
Well, you notice that. Well, make me an investigation check. Let me know.
Because I'm gonna go up and read them. Yeah, because I'm gonna go look at them. Because we're solving this mystery. Because we're detectives here. Oh, so what is that? That is a.
Poor Hipley.
What an investigation? Ooh, that is a 19. Because we're solving this. That's a 19. So
the first ones you go to are yellow, and you see that the yellow ones, each one is a different language. And
that's fine. I've comprehend languages for an hour, so I'll cast comprehend languages.
And no spell goes off.
Yeah, so yes. I'm not going to. All right, so then I'm just going to keep looking at everyone, find the words that I can, just do whatever I can to solve it. And then so I'm going to start using my brain power then and just finding what I do understand, which is probably not very much. I think I know that many languages at all.
Everyone else shows up, and you see that Hipley's in sort of a manic state, like.
Oh, and then Dwin's
writing and you've already been through this, Dwin.
He's not. She's just gonna say to the group, some people mourn this way. They kind of need a problem to solve first. I think this actually might help him.
Am I hearing this?
No, she's saying it real quiet.
Jada is actually gonna wait outside as everybody goes back inside. Jada's gonna stay outside.
Okay.
If I see you staying out there, I'll stop and make sure you're okay. Jada, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm good. Just need a sec.
All right. Obviously, there's something. You're probably going to be better with Hipley than myself. So he's going to need you.
Y'all just hear me yell. There's something wrong in here. I can't cast any magical spells. Something.
Yes, I know.
With the room.
I know.
So I can't solve this without using some sort of magic spell. So if we can figure out that, then that's.
I can read most of the languages.
Perfect. Okay. So fill me in on where you are. Let's solve this. What are we looking at here? What is the mystery we're solving? I've read plenty of books like this.
I'll pull out one of the cards and show it to him.
Make me an insight check, Cerridwen, and at disadvantage, Hipley.
Who's making an insight check? Me or
you and Cerridwen?
On each other?
No.
Check.
Actually, Vesryn too. I'm sorry, Vesryn. You've used.
That's a 13.
23.
19.
Cerridwen, you realize as you're coming in that there's an orientation to the circle in the center of the room. And there's a part of it points to one specific direction. And there's a card on the wall at that point. And it's a card in an Old Common. It's the letter T in Old Common.
All right, I'll pull that one first. And I'll hold it out to Hipley. The first thing I'll ask is this her handwriting?
Is it? Do I recognize handwriting?
It is.
Yes, that is her handwriting. So, what is that? A T? Do I know what that letter? Or did she say the letter? Or do I?
She said the letter, but you know it too. It's in an Old Common, sort of like looking at uncials right now. Like most people, if they're not familiar with it, may not be able to read it. But all of you have seen enough books that you know. Well, the three of you. Not so sure about Jada.
I don't read books.
Actually, I'm not so sure about Desus either.
Jada has.
She's from a very small village.
Yeah, I don't think she is.
So this library, now that she's not a dog anymore, is like, ooh.
Yeah.
All right, so we have a T, first letter. Okay. All right, so we need to. So I assume we need more letters in, right? So
Well, I think that there's a certain order to the library and below.
Of course, I've seen these in mystery books too. There's like some sort of puzzle that
Hipley.
we have to solve. So
Hipley. If you don't want to help, then you can step away for a minute. We're trying to help you with your friend here. What happened here?
I'm trying to figure this out as well. Are we not trying to solve whatever this is? I mean, I thought it was.
I know, but I know you're upset. But please bring it down a notch so we can focus.
Yep, you're very right. Yes, I'll be more quiet. You're right. Yes.
We are in a library.
There's no such thing as a library without a librarian. So this is just another. This is just
But
a
you're a
room,
librarian.
a room with books.
You are a
With books.
librarian.
Am I now?
I mean, you're the closest thing to librarian I've ever met.
I believe you said you were one.
Yeah, we're all good at lying to ourselves, aren't we? So.
She's just like, in the back of her mind, she's just like, I'm waiting for you to break. Just like, I'm waiting for it.
Break more.
I'm waiting for it. No, she's waiting for a meltdown. She's just waiting for it because he will not snap until it happens. So she's just going to go, okay, well, this circle is oriented on the floor in such a way. So I'm going to look at the circle and like I don't know, like, she's just trying to figure out like which one would be the second one according to the circle on the ground.
You'd have to go higher up to the next one with yellow type.
Okay.
With a yellow letter.
Okay. So.
And it's in a language you don't recognize.
Okay, there's this one.
I know.
Let's gather all those letters, and then we can move it over and comprehend languages outside of this area.
Yeah, let's try to do that. As we're doing that, I'll ask Hipley, like, is this library organized by subject or alphabetically?
By language.
Dewey Decimal?
They're by language, you realize.
Language.
It's all by language.
Okay. And we'll just keep pulling them out, and then.
So the second letter, when you're looking at it, Cerridwen, you don't recognize the language. You don't know what language that is this area.
Don't know what this one is. So we'll have to cast for this
I
one.
know Druidic and Infernal, if that helps at all.
Nope. Hipley, when you organized the library, what language do you think would have been in that area? Since you organized the library.
Oh, there that it's
It would be Isian.
Isian, okay. Yeah.
Which is a type of common, but you've never seen it, Cerridwen. There's only two people in here who've seen it, and that's Jada and Hipley, but Hipley doesn't know how to read Isian common.
I can tell you what it is. It's Isian, but I don't. She was gonna teach me, but I guess now never gonna learn. So,
I
but
know.
yes, that is what that language is, though. So, well, perfect.
Say
There we go.
Walking in.
Perfect timing. There we go. Just in the right timing. Can you read that note, please? Whatever that letter or word we're looking for is. Thank you.
Yeah, that's an R. And that's from a long time ago, like when you were young.
This is old. This is real old.
B, but R. Okay.
And the next one, you follow it, is a letter in Sylvan.
I know Sylvan.
Flip it around.
It's an A. And the next one, does anybody speak Abyssal?
I do. I was learning because I know Tahana I didn't know it that well, so I've been secretly trying to been studying and learning it myself. So actually, I do know Abyssal because I know she didn't know it that well.
It's an N.
I know this one. This is Abyssal. That is an N.
All right, progress. N.
Elvish, I think everybody knows that one. It's an S. I think, right? Is there anybody that doesn't know Elvish here? I don't think that that's even possible in this party.
That's one of mine.
Does anyone know Infernal?
Me.
Actually, I
Okay.
do too.
The next one is an L.
Eh?
The next one only Hipley knows, and it is Old Valetian, and it's an A.
So that's one right there. That's an A.
Anyone know Gnomish? It is a very old style of Gnomish, but it is
Oh.
definitely a T.
Translate?
Take there a minute.
Translate what?
T.
And then the next one is Dwarvish. It's an I.
Okay.
Then it's Giant, which I think Cerridwen speaks, right?
Yep.
That's an O. Then the next one is in Draconic.
Also
Not
know it.
particularly old. Anyone you have know that? Okay, so that's an N. The next one is in common. It's
Okay.
in not old common, in new common. It's an S. Then the next letter is in Druidic,
Oh,
and it is
me.
an A.
Okay.
Then the next one is in Primordial. Anyone know that?
I do.
Oh, all right.
Is an
Go down.
R.
Okay.
What kind of asshole
Language.
does this? Am I right? What kind of asshole makes a little clue thing like this, right? Am I right, everybody? What kind of asshole would do something like this? Oh.
Someone with secrets?
Somebody trying to protect something from others?
The next
Or
one
to
is
tell us.
Old Eridanian, which Jada knows enough to know that it's an E. Then the next one is Arendelian, which Jada knows, Hipley knows, Cerridwen could figure it out, Vesryn could figure it out. It's a T. The next one is Old Elixian, which
Oh.
only Cerridwen knows.
Really was not expecting this one.
And it's an R. And then the next one is Celestial. Does anyone speak Celestial? Okay, so you don't know what that one is. Does anyone? The next one is. Does anyone speak Quarry? Nope. So you don't know that one. And the next one is Kehan, which is another common language. Hipley and Jada know that is an H. So you only are missing 2 characters. So you have TR blank blank H. And it is weird that every letter is a different language. I mean, any group of linguists would be able to figure that out, no problem, given enough time.
If you're saying this, I would probably, you're saying what they are we saying them out loud when we're looking at them as a group?
I've been yelling them
Yeah.
out, so if I see
Yeah.
that, I'm yelling at the ones
So
I know.
translations are truth? That's what
That's
I'm
what I
getting
feel.
from it.
How deep?
Translations are truth.
It has to do with the book. It has to be about the book.
Well, then pull out the book. Then let's see. I mean, you have the book with you, right? So let's see what it. Let's
Also-
crack her open.
Also, just because Dwin found this earlier, there was a card with Madame Beauregard.
Do you have any clue who that is?
You've met a Madame Beauregard once. You kind of remember once you went into town and this lady gave you and her a card that she kept, and she said something like, all these diviners are hucksters, you know. But she kept the card.
Yeah,
Calling card.
some diviner from town. I didn't much believe in that diviner crap. So, but yeah, what about it? What you found?
I'm just curious.
You found that
I'm just
card.
curious if perhaps maybe she reached out to
Ooh.
us. She had a scroll in here.
Or maybe she killed Tahana. Maybe it was her. That is a good point.
I'm not saying it was her. Perhaps this blank scroll here, it had abjuration magic on it, which is defensive magic. this seems to be some type of barrier, probably to keep whatever was out there away. So perhaps she reached out for help.
Well, Tahana was outside to keep everything away.
Perhaps
while she
Tahana was trying to come back home one night and she wasn't able to make it in time.
Cerridwen, when you're like speaking this and you're looking at the cards and trying to keep them on, you realize there's a couple of books on the table that one of them looks like a dictionary or something, like a book of words or translations of words.
Go over and pick it up and start leafing through it.
It is a book of translating quarry to common.
Oh. All right, well, we can get one, and so she'll go to the alphabet page.
And you find that by looking through it that the letter in there that you have that's in quarry is an S. So the word at the end would be a TR blank SH.
So we can only do magic outside, right? So
correct.
We're trying to do in here. Would that burn a spell slot, or can I still? So I just wouldn't be able to do it at all. So would that count as a spell slot, or can I take it outside and the last one outside and just do
You could take it outside.
Yeah, take the last one outside. Comprehend language, so we can
cards.
solve this mystery and everything will be right as rain. Yep. So I go outside. I do some casting comprehend languages. I'm looking at it, I'm feeling, I think I just have to feel it. So what letter am I holding in my hand?
The one that is in Celestial is the letter A.
Gosh.
Oh.
I've solved it. This is an A, everybody. I've solved the mystery. A is a final letter. So what have we solved?
Translation is trash.
Translations are trash.
Are trash. Thank you. Thanks, voice in the sky.
Dwayne, when we looked over the books, it's like we were able to read some things, but there was a lot of things that didn't make sense, correct?
Yeah.
Even with the comprehend language spell, all of your knowledge, all my knowledge, things just weren't adding up. Perhaps there's something hidden in the book. That's why the translations are trash. They're not correct. They're not right because something's hidden. I mean,
that means that there's potentially hidden knowledge all around us, and we don't know about it because the translations are incorrect.
I mean, what if there's something in here in these words and these letters that are hidden, like maybe a code of some sort? We're trying to translate it based on the languages, trying to read it by language, but what if there's something else hidden within there, like messages hidden within the book? I mean, it doesn't make sense to me that people would kill and we have demons chasing us for this book if it's just useless information. I mean, we have shadow people killing the librarian. We have demons hunting us from Elixia to here. I mean,
her name was Tahana. She wasn't just a fucking librarian, okay? She has a name.
I'm sorry.
Name, so
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Are you upset now? Are you ready to deal with what you're feeling?
Oh, fuck off.
All right then.
Karen, that was what you're looking for, I think.
And she's just kind of nods.
You're nodding at, This is amusing to you. This is what you...
She's
what makes
gonna
you think
stand up and go over to Hipley and be like, Hipley, it's alright for you. I don't appreciate you attacking us. I know you're in pain.
Great. I will wait outside while we solve this mystery. You are definitely correct.
I'm not done with you, Hipley.
Well, I am done being in here right now, so you can tell it to my back as I go outside.
He's
Then
just
let me
gonna
know.
pick him up off the ground. No,
I'm weak as hell, but I'm contesting it though, so
it was
you can try.
okay,
You can go ahead and try. What's that gonna be?
You can try.
Good as yours, twin.
Wow. It's gonna be 5 plus something.
Rolled a 7.
Plus or minus.
Sit back down.
Yep. So I tried, but yeah, I'm not getting out of it. Although I tried. Dang it. Look, I used all my spells. I had Misty Step out of here. Yep. So I'm stuck. So, but I'm wiggling like a dog. When you're trying to hold like a small dog, and I'm wiggling like mad. So you're holding on to me. You just like I'm just moving, trying to like escape. So
He's just going to hold him. He's just
like a
gonna hug
tiny
him.
dog. I'm just finding like a
He's
tiny
just gonna
dog,
hold
just
him.
like put me
He's
down.
just gonna hug him.
Make me a wisdom save,
Just
Hipley.
gonna hug him.
Wow, fantastic! It's gonna be a 6+. I've been rolling so high all night. Wisdom. Ooh, that's gonna be a big old 8.
After a while of not being able to break free, even though it's uncomfortable, there's also a comfort in it.
I'd probably pass out, like just sleep. Just like I feel like I would just probably just go to sleep, just kind of
You
emotionally
can't
done.
sleep.
I'd be
You,
pretty.
you
I
have a
th- I
big
feel
wound in your chest and stuff too. You're in pain
Just gonna hug him.
physically and emotionally.
Yeah, that emotional pain is overriding like the physical pain. I feel like I kind of deserve the physical pain anyways because Hipley's feeling at this point like it's my fault. I left and she died. If I would have stayed, this wouldn't have happened. So yeah.
Hipley.
So in his mind, so he's not saying it. That's how he's just feeling though. So
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying it out loud.
Mhm.
Okay, well, she'll heal him while she's hugging him. Okay, you get 5 points back.
And you feel this super warm sensation, this like really comforting glow over you. And then your wound closes also. Mostly.
And she's just
you should have left that. I kind of deserve this mark, this thing. So yeah, you didn't need to heal that. I think that needs to be there for what I've done. So yes, thank you. But I think this
You've done nothing.
fine.
exactly. I've done nothing, and she died because I
No.
was away.
Who did she ask you to go away, or did you just leave on your own?
I can still make
Did you?
good choice, right? So
No, I'm asking you, Hipley. Honestly, think about it. Did she send you away?
yes, she said go because the book is the book that you have. If you would have just brought it here, we would have saved everything. But the book
First
that you
off,
have, she's like, go
We
get
just
this
got the
book.
book. We got the book like maybe a day before you arrived. Secondly,
And when he brings
Did
that
you-
up, you kind of remember back to the day that it happened. And she was in distress over the loss of the book. Like it was, first off, it was the only book or the only thing she had ever hidden from you that you know of.
Yep, in that spot.
It was so important to her that she hid it from everybody. And she was panicking at the thought of it being gone. She tried to leave on her own to go get it, and she can barely walk. And finally, she sent you, realizing that she would never be able to catch up with it.
do you ever think perhaps she sent you because she trusted you, and perhaps she knew it was dangerous, and she wanted you to be away, and maybe make sure the book didn't fall into the wrong hands? Do you ever think that? Perhaps she didn't. You weren't here because she knew that trouble was coming. Perhaps you can't blame yourself for what other evil people do. It's not your fault. You did what she asked. You were here for her in the way she needed you.
Can you all make me a an intelligence check? I'm looking for a 20 or more.
Definitely not.
2. I'm rolling so fantastic.
I
Got
got a dirty
17.
20. Dirty 20. Thank God for high intelligence wizards.
Got an 8.
Yeah, I actually got 18.
While all this is happening, You realize that the spikes by the fire pit were all the same colors as the letters on these things.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, this whole time, Thesis is simple and thinking was just thinking trash. Wasn't there a trash pile where we found her body?
the spikes, the colors of the spikes, they match up to the colors in here. Maybe the translations aren't trash. Didn't you say there was a trash pile out there?
You saw the
Cerridwen,
trash pile.
can you put me down, please? I mean, I do appreciate being held, but can I be? Can
And
thank?
She's just gonna put him down on the chair.
Okay.
Just say,
Hibley,
you
Yes.
know,
Let's go to the trash pile. I'll lead you there so we can get this solved. So let's go. We're going to the trash pile. It's right this way. Can someone magically make some light though? It's dark now. Is it nighttime? Is it dark?
Yeah.
Yes. So can someone make some light, please? And then
I
I'll
think
lead the
Dwin-
way to the trash.
I think Dwin wanted to tell you something, Hibley.
Oh yes. Oh, sorry. How rude of me. Yes.
you tend to want to shoulder everything on your own. It's okay to lean on us. And then
I don't know about Jada or Theseus, but Dwin and I have lost a lot ourselves. We understand more than you know about the pain of losing someone you care about. We're here for you. We're not your enemy.
So I just go like, okay, so we're heading on to the trash pile. So let's all go. Like I said, we'll need a light because it's dark. Because I don't want to trip or
So-
stumble.
Soul, light the way.
So the bird flies out in front of you, and it's glowing from like fire that comes off of it.
All right. So lead us back to the spot where we found her in to the burning pile. I think that's what we called it, right?
And there are spikes
All right.
in the trees, and there's one for each color.
Should we take the letters by color and put them on the tree?
sure, that could be something. I'll start kind of like putting the letters by color on the spikes.
Okay. Well, the colors are all the spikes are in the trees straight, except the yellow one that's at an angle and kind of points downward.
Okay.
I'm gonna just. Well, I mean, we're just kind of looking for anything, so she's just gonna go to the bottom of the tree where there's the yellow spike and start digging. And like maybe she buried
And
something up.
you kick some leaves out of the way, and there is an area that looks like it was dug up.
Okay, we're onto something here.
Good work, Dwin.
And you dig up, and it looks like it was recently dug up. If Desus were a dog, she'd know it was like just a couple days ago.
We recently tilled.
Yeah, but it's a hole, and it's not very deep.
Okay.
But
Dig it
inside
up.
there is a scroll case.
Perhaps we should let Hibley open it.
No, be my guess. It's whatever now. She's dead, so it doesn't matter who opens what or touches whatever. So pop that
Does
sucker
matter.
open. Let's read
Perhaps
it.
it's something for you.
Oh what? Hibley, I'm going to die. Let me see the scroll. Let's crack this open. Let's open it up. Can I even read it? Like what is it? Is it like in language I comprehend?
And when you open it, there are, it's Ta'ana's writings, and you recognize it as what she was doing when she was translating the book that they have. But it looks like,
Well, I've never seen her
it's
doing
been
that, right? 'Cause
modified.
I've never seen that book, so I wouldn't.
you've
even-
never seen the book,
wouldn't-
but you'd
yeah,
seen
so
her writing stuff. And she was obviously a linguistic expert, and she was going through all kinds of languages trying to find how this book, whatever it was that happened. But it is a translation of the book called Reveus Asunder. and she scratched out Raveus and rewrote it Ravis, Ravis. And the book it's different than the book that they showed you. Actually, did they show you the book?
No,
did you read the book?
They have.
We've had the book. No,
never
you
let
don't
me
know
see it.
well, I would have
But-
shown him the book by now.
But it's not bound into a book. It's all just the papers in a manuscript, and they're bound by a string to hold them together. But they are put in here tight, probably fairly quickly, and it seems to be a book called Ravis Asunder.
Ravis asunder. Does that mean anything to anybody? Ravis asunder. Yeah.
Can I see it?
Sure. There we go.
Take it, and I look through it.
And it is different than the book you have, and it is a completed translation of it. The one that you have, you're realizing from this, must have been poorly translated in what you had knew of it. And this is a complete translation of the whole book, beginning to end.
Yeah, like compare it to the book. Looks like Anna did a complete translation of the book.
Fantastic. What does it say? What is the big hoopla about this book?
Well, it says, they can tell you that it's sort of like a kid's story, but of the gods. And it was not a magical book. Let me see if I can drop it in Discord for you, what it says. You probably don't want to read it all, but you could summarize it for those watching. I'm doing it in little parts, so let me do the first. I'll do it one paragraph at a time. They'll probably make it easier to read anyway.
The part of the world was ripped away and then completely disappeared. It was... let me expand it. It was... Oh, okay, I see.
And of course, I didn't write a whole book, so I'm only giving you the summarizations of the book.
And they all completely disappeared. It was a whole mountain range that encompassed a secret paradise full of beasts and trees and old people, all sorts torn away, like carrots being torn from a garden. Where they were planted is unknown. The mythic place is called Raveus. In the old tongue, Ravis in the new, and the new gods made this place where to the old gods, except perhaps the primordial themselves, could not find it. Okay, so the new gods made some sort of paradise for themselves. The gods still looked, and although the land was not found, small connections were discovered, a weak passage the size of a hair, words of power that existed in both places connecting their magics. Even as time changed them, the new gods didn't know or didn't care about these small connections. They were too concerned with their own attempts to control the world, to wrest control from one another. There is one passage that is still unknown and could break both worlds. This happened during one of the gods' wars called the Primordial War. It's pitted new gods against the ancients that still took part of such things. Floods, mountains, fires raging. Everything stood tall and fathomless. Beasts from the deep seas and the bowels of the world rose and waged war from one side to the other. Divisions were defined: good, evil, lawful, chaotic. The skies went black for a year and a day. The skies parted again. Oh, we got names: Aradia, Shaile, Torve, Mava, and Chorus. Finally, could see what war wrought. They wept over the world. Their grief and anger rewrought the world the fourth time. And Zinchitrix, the god of chaos, grew impossibly strong at the aftermath and overpowered and subdued all the other gods, weakened by war, thinking they're all chaos. Was the world they dared to challenge the primal gods to be prudent. They assassinated or attempted to assassinate as many gods as they could. Oh, all right. So gods trying to kill gods, trying to take over worlds. Many gods fell to the weapons of subterfuge made because God-made weapons do not heal like others. They wound in a way that magic cannot overcome. The heal time and many gods could not last. Many secreted away vestiges of themselves, remnants of the god energy secreted into weapons, for fear they would fall, leaving pieces of themselves to discard and save for time if time fell. Kalius, god of celestial beasts, fell to trap created by Karos, god of deception and conspiracies. Wow, there's a whole lot in here.
Sorry for the lore dump, everyone.
Lord
I
dump, Lord
promise
dump,
it's
Lord
just
dump.
one book of info. One little bit. A few more paragraphs of info, and she can summarize them however she wants.
Zinchitrix. Learned from Karos how to twist the minds of greater powers and get them to believe in the opposite of what they stood for driving planar and devil devas and abominations mad. But unable to fear of their own actions, perhaps Karos' greatest strength was twisting gods into thralls where lies cares about themselves. Well, that sounds familiar.
That does sound familiar.
Your Grand Raven of Twilight fled into the Feywilds. Elemental lords created endless planes for themselves. Karos eventually was subdued by...
Subsumed. Which is absorbed into...
Was absorbed by Zinchitrix. Unanun, god of order, was so weakened that he believed they died, but in time to rewrite time and space, the remaining form risen up by a counter Zin. The balance remained ever since. So Unanu fought Zinchitrix, and things we have some sort of balance. Future gods, wars with proxy wars, the creations. So there are vestiges of gods that have been stowed away into tools. There's a big fight over power. Part of the world was ripped away and disappeared. Mountain rage encompassed a secret paradise full of beasts and trees and peoples. This place is called Ravis. Primordials were... remaining... Okay, I'll start here. Sorry, I'm jumping everywhere. Karos was eventually subsumed by Zinchitrix during Karos' failed attempt to grab power.
So he should be dead. And as far as you knew, Karos was dead until, like, little bits of info on him started showing up again recently.
Yeah, well, we thought he was dead, but it sounds like he's not very dead. Unanun, the god of order, was so weakened they believed he had died, but in the rewired time and space, the remaining form was risen up to be a counter to Zinchitrix. The balance has been maintained ever since, but primordials were different from other gods. They could rewrite time and space, including the web of chaos and law, good and evil, into an ebb of a great path. Where one without end, without perfect determinants, they tore the gods from the hulls of their creations, separating them from time. And Bayoros, who was both primordial and ancient, stitched together a great weave to cover and connect everything, including the way of the gods again and again. Again to gain power through their creations and to take power through them too. Future gods would be proxy wars in their creations. Others would be drawn every which way in a miasma of struggle. But the question that still remains, though, is how did the gods escape and where is Reveus? Interesting. Vesryn, do you think Reveus is where the Ascending go?
That is what I'm thinking. I'm also curious if Karos is really the threat. Perhaps Karos was killed. Looking at the pages, it says that Zinchitrix learned from Karos how to twist minds of great powers to get them to believe even in the opposite of what they stood for. Correct? And it even says that they were able to twist devils and devas.
I look at the rest of the crew and I'm like, I know it sounds like just a legend, like it's just crazy stuff, but we've seen this sort of thing happen. So what does all this mean? So
She died for this book. It's playing some war, some god. So, what is this
Can-
big picture
can
here?
Okay, time out. Time out. As a player, I'm getting upset at Hipley. And I would really appreciate it if you'd stop using the F word.
Oh,
That
I'm sorry.
actually bothers me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I do apologize. Yep, I'll stop.
Thank
Sorry
you.
about that.
Okay, back in. And Dwayne just takes, like, a deep breath. It means that she thought that this was more important than her own life.
On our island, people are disappearing, being taken somewhere else, including my mother. Gone. Just vanished. And hundreds of other people on the island.
In front of you.
In front of me. This may be a clue on how to bring all those souls back. Your friend, Taraha, may have helped saved countless lives, or at least help us prevent more from being taken. I'm sorry that she's gone, but to me, to so many more people, this may bring hope. Hope beyond you can even fathom. If you've seen the things that we've seen on our island, the despair, the children who've lost their families. I'm telling you now, my goal is to find a way to this place, go in there, destroy whoever is stealing people from our homes, and prevent them from ever doing it to anyone else again.
Well, I'm glad her death meant something. Perfect. So, are we going back to your place right now to get this all situated? Then, what are we? Where's the next? What are we looking for now to help? What's the next process in this?
I'll say during this whole conversation, as Gwen is reading out the pages, I quietly was reaching into my bag and feeling for the pearl.
Okay. What do you want to do with it? You find it.
Does it come to my hand, or does my hand go meet it?
It slides to your hand as you feel around. When it gets very close, it's kind of like a magnet, and it kind of rolls into your hand.
We have something with us connected to a possible god.
She's gonna, like, pull out the mask. I believe this is one of the vestiges.
Well, then now I pull out the pearl. It's like, maybe we can at least get a couple answers.
Should we pull out the chisel as well?
How many of these things do you guys have?
We just have the chisel and the mask.
Chisel, I mean.
The chisel can, stop magic. We could use it on this circle, but I think Ta'anat put it there herself.
I'd like to speak with the woman in town. Perhaps she knows more about what happened here in the house, like what was used. But I think the next step should be burying Taraha, or giving her last rites proper, as she deserves. She deserves better than what she got. Hipley, do you know how she would prefer? Does she prefer fire? Does she prefer burial? You knew her better than us.
I mean, also, I don't think she really cares at this point. But what do I know? Do I know which way she want to be buried?
Where she's from, they usually are burned in a pyre.
You can make fire, right? She wants to be burned in a pyre is how she wanted to go. So if you can make fire, you guys can set up a pyre then and do that whole ceremony. And that's what she would have wanted. So, yeah.
Okay. I'll work on the pyre tonight. If you guys need to do anything else, and we can handle it in the morning if you're okay with that, Hipley.
Yeah, I mean, it's not my place, it's hers. So yeah, sure, that's whatever. You guys can spend the night there. Like I said, it doesn't really belong to anyone now, I guess. So you guys can sleep wherever you want to. It's open.
Um, I'm gonna look around to see if I can find like a will for Ta'anat.
Okay.
Because Dwyn sees all of this and she's thinking Ta'anat knew something was coming. So a will wouldn't be too far of a logic jump.
Okay. And you look around in her room where all their papers were. You find a key in the back of the drawer.
Okay.
But you really haven't gone around the house. You don't know what it is to. You don't see anything right in front of there that has a key, that takes a key.
Around, is it like, how big is the key? Does it look like it's a door or like a little box?
Probably to a box.
Okay,
It's not real big.
Look at the closet, look under the bed.
Make me a investigation check.
What are you looking for? If you don't mind me asking. What on earth could you possibly be looking for now?
It's like, I'm looking for a will.
Would I know where she kept something like that? I mean, I know where she kept most things. I assume I would probably.
You know, she had a small lockbox in the bottom of her wardrobe.
Come with me. Walk to a room, get the wardrobe, take it out. I assume it's locked probably. I don't think it's opened.
The wardrobe opens, but there's a box that, you know, she kept things in that were important. And it's a metal box you can lift out. And the key, you know that to be the key that opens it.
Plump. So I take it. So open it up. You said you're looking for a will, so I restart. So what is in there? Start digging through it, so you find the.
And there is a will in there. There's other things, but there's a will.
I think you were looking for this. Kind of hand it over.
Okay.
I open it.
And it says something to the effect of, I have no family left except the one that I've made here in Hipley. So I leave to him my home and my studies, but only after he retires, since what I left him nearby is more important than all of the rest that's here.
I'm just gonna... I read it and I say, I believe this is for you. And then she's just gonna put the key on the dresser and let him be alone.
Yeah, so who's gonna just kind of look at it? Is she still in the bed? Is she still in the? Is she? Because are we in her room? Is she still just on the bed in there?
I covered
Yeah.
her with a sheet. Yeah, but she's there.
But
We
yes.
didn't move her.
I have come up behind, or as Cerridwen is leaving, and just kind of stand in the doorway watching him for a sec.
Okay.
Yeah, so just you seem to kind of stand there, just read, look at Tana's body, look back at the paper. Yeah, so he's gonna kind of just stand there. He's gonna just and then just sit at the bed, just like sitting. I'm not on the bed, still like on the ground. So kind of probably get back against the bed and just fall asleep.
Oh, before you fall asleep, Jada will walk and join you with their back to the bed. Just kind of sit down next to you and just kind of say,
I don't think I can do this.
this or this.
I mean, this. I don't think I could. I mean, I've already lost other connections I've had with my parents. Now with this, I mean, really, what what is the point, you know? I mean, it's all gonna snatch from you eventually, right? So what's the point? And then in that that being or whatever, I cried asking for help, with knowledge, and then I get my chest gouged out while they just watched.
Yeah, that's messed up.
I don't know what to do.
Honestly, me either. I don't have a home. I don't really have friends. The one thing that I knew tried to kill me a bunch of times. And the one friend I have is in a kind of turmoil I can't help with.
I'm glad you're here with me.
I'd like to stay, if that's okay.
It's fine. I'm always gonna sleep, so that's fine with me. I'm not gonna.
I meant stay.
What do you mean?
When it happened, I couldn't cry. Not because I wanted to or didn't want to, but because I literally physically couldn't cry. And I think that was the worst part of it, because there was so much that there was nothing. And in that vacuum, I had wished for everything, anything, just as long as it could just stop. And I wish I had had somebody who stayed.
What if this happens to one of us? So, what are we to do then? Because I can't. What if that was to happen to you? I kind of just nod towards Donna, like if.
Well, it might. And I don't have answers for you. I just know that here and now, if you want to cry.
Oh, I've been crying, like you said, like I've been just this like the pretty much part of this whole time. So
You should. And if you need somebody to stay, then I will.
yep, I kind of think I do. I definitely would appreciate that.
Okay. I'm not really much used to the nerds out there anyway.
I do apologize. I'm not gonna be up for reading at all, so I do apologize.
It's okay. I can read. It's your favorite book, right? And I open it and I start reading
It's
to
actually a kid's book from my for my parents. Yeah, it's just a little one. It's fiction. You know how much I love fiction. But yeah, if you want to, you can read it. It's fine with me. It's just a little. There's even if you look, there's even pictures too.
I like pictures. I read to them.
And I think that's a good place for us to break. With it fading as you're reading the children's book to them. Wow, that was a really good, really interesting session.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, everybody, for staying here with us for it. It got pretty emotional there, which as someone who loves drama, I love. So, I think
But the
it's
good times are coming though.
awesome.
The good times are coming though. So don't.
Well, I mean,
It's
there's only one way up from rock bottom.
Hmm.
That's what I hear.
I've read about that
Alright.
somewhere too. So yeah, that's true.
All right. Thank you, everybody. We will see you next week on Tuesday, 9:30. They'll probably be not hanging out in the library all night. Good night, everybody. See you next week.
Good night.